Well, hello.
Good evening.
That's quite the delay there. Yeah. So I have one good thing before I start into anything else. My birthday present came in. My new mic. So it's not hooked up or anything. I thought about opening the box too, but I think I don't want to mess with that mess right now.
Oh, look, I got notified.
So well, that's good. Notifications going out is always a good thing. So hopefully the next time I do a live, probably not till Friday. Maybe I'll have it hooked up and it'll work. So we'll see how that goes. So kind of interesting day today. People in Discord kind of had me worked up today. And then at the end of the day, work kind of got me worked up. So I guess the first thing that I want to mention is there are some people who have requested for me to do lives on certain topics. I am working on those. One is, I guess, kind of follow up to the whole cult Kool-Aid type thing. We've done that kind of a couple of times. We've touched on that. So I did tell the person that I would certainly put something together and do a live about that. And I have some other ideas that I'm wanting to, that I'm working on that I don't really want to say because, if you tell too much, other people take your ideas and run with it, and then they might beat you to doing it. I'd rather them steal it after I've already done it than before I've done it. And so I wanted to get that out of the way. And I heard that Dreaming is having issues with Discord. So Dreaming, if you're out there, just let me know and I can help you with that. Everybody's been asking about you, trying to make sure you're okay. So I just want to let you know that. We're all a little concerned about you. So please know that you're more than welcome with us. Oh, there she is. Hi. So I also had some people that wanted me to go live today to clear up some things. I'm not exactly sure what they want me to clear up, but I will do my best to clear up what I think they might be talking about. The first thing I'm going to go into is work. Work was really aggravating today. I had somebody that is a higher up boss that I think was really just trying to get me in trouble. Not so efficient at getting that done because my boss came to me and said, I don't really see that this is a big problem, but it was pretty aggravating. And I spent a lot of time on the phone ranting and raving to Eminem Mama about it because it was very frustrating, especially when I had other stuff I was trying to get done and it was kind of a waste of my time. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, Eminem Mama, April Sunset. Of course, Dreaming. Let's see, Gigi Jardine. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. Leaping Lizard. Thank you guys for coming by. So I dropped a bunch of F-bombs. I think I'm pretty much okay with work. My boss isn't mad at me, so at the end of the day, that's really all I care about. As far as the stuff going on with YouTube, so I don't even know if I can really call this. It is somewhat of a YouTube problem. It's somewhat of a YouTube community problem. It is somewhat of a people having hurt feelings problem. Hi, Dazed and Confused. It is a whole lot of things going on. So, and a lot of it really, I'm really kind of pissed off about. Not at anybody in my Discord, but the person that has caused so many problems. So, we all heard about the whole Jay fiasco, and there was quite a group of people that affected, inside and outside YouTube communities. And there seems to be some misinformation going around about what people, some of the people in one particular YouTube community, what they're doing versus what the people who are in an other side of YouTube community, what they're doing versus people that aren't even in the YouTube community. I can say that I have seen and know that the people that are in my Discord, that were involved with the whole J thing, have reported it to the authorities. I cannot say so much about the people not in my Discord. Oh, tell Sean I said hi then, Lisa. Or hi, she's listening. Hi, Sally. So I want to clear that up because somebody pointed me to a live where something was mentioned about certain people across the pond or not in the YouTube community that, well, I did go to the authorities and they don't want to go to the authorities. Not true. Not true. Not true. And actually, they know it's not true also because they have people that were in our Discord that looked at the stuff in the receipts and they know that it's not true. So either they're not correcting these people or they're not believing what their own eyes see. I don't know which it is, but that's pretty sad. I certainly don't think that anybody should be attacking, going after, trying to I don't even know how I want to put this. Trying to ruin their reputation, maybe, when they're not even on YouTube. I don't even know why those people are being talked about. Gigi says, hi, WhiteTiger. Are you growing like the tiger you are? Just kidding. Thank you. So, I might be able to growl better with the new mic. I don't know, because there's seems to be some settings I can do with that maybe I can sound a little tougher on. I don't know. So I'm kind of very disheartened in the fact that people are being basically badmouthed on YouTube channels when they actually have nothing to do with YouTube. Some even being tricked into going on YouTube, not knowing they were going on YouTube Live. I don't know. That just seems absolutely ridiculous to me. Although when it happened, I knew it looked like it had happened, and the people who, deny that, I don't know how you can't go back and look at that and see that that's exactly what happened. There's a lot of hurt people. I have a lot of people in my Discord that are hurting. They're disappointed, they're hurting, they're upset, they're emotionally drained. I'm very happy that they are all finding this place to help each other out and pick each other back up. You would have thought that if you claim that you're the best community in all of YouTube, I don't really know how you could really be vain enough to claim that, but how you could treat people the way that these people have been treated. It's absolutely appalling to me. The other thing that I have also been told about, heard for myself, that people are using this discussion about J-Bells, about this other community, for views. I want to make it perfectly clear. If I wanted views out of this, or subscribers, or whatever you want to throw the accusation out about, I would have totally tagged this YouTuber and the community and everything else in my video when I had everybody on a couple weeks ago. I did not do that on purpose. Absolutely did not do that on purpose, because the people in the drama community, I knew they would come in and get the information, and if they did something with it, that's fine. I knew people from her community would come in and not like what I was doing or what the people on my panel were saying, and dislike things. And I actually anticipated a bunch of people getting banned. I am happy to say that either my reputation precedes me, or people knew better than to do anything, because my mods never had to ban anybody during that live. So I was absolutely surprised at that. However, for me, it was about giving my friends a place to safely speak their mind, get stuff off their chest, interact with the community. I mean, quite honestly, Kaz and Lisa and my subscribers, a lot of them are the same people. They always have been. And yes, there are people that we have that are not subscribed to any of the other ones, but for the most part, we know that there's a large group of our subscribers that belong to all three of our channels. And when somebody wants a safe place to speak their mind, or try to get some resolution, or talk to their community, and they want, well, for lack of a better word, a security blanket or support or whatever it is that they feel they need, I was certainly willing to give them that, at the expense of knowing that I could cause more problems for my channel than what I wanted. I have a channel because I had a lot of people over the years of gaming encourage me to start streaming my gaming because of the content that it would bring, and because we had a lot of fun, and goofy things would happen. And so that's really why I started the channel. Obviously it's evolved to different things, because my hobbies, my focus, it kind of changes. I've had a kid move out and join the military. I have a teenage girl who absolutely wants nothing to do with her parents at this point. She locks herself in. I mean, I did the same thing when I was her age. So as things in my life change, the channel has kind of changed to grow with me. And as much as I knew that giving this platform and a safe place for people to express their issues, their feelings, I wanted to make sure that the place was safe for them. It's the same thing that I'm trying to do with my Discord. Yes, there are going to be people that slip through the cracks, and yes, we'll end up having to ban them. Evidently, there was somebody I accidentally removed that I didn't know they should still be there. If that happened to anybody else, please let me know. You should be able to come back in using the same link that you joined with the first time. I didn't ban anybody when I kicked them. If they come back in and we don't want them there, I will. I like to think that grown adults can act like grown adults. I know that some of them cannot, but I like to give them the opportunity. Let's see if I'm trying to see if I... Oh, Lisa's reminding everybody to hit the thumb. Hi, Trisha B. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. So there are a lot of people in the Discord that are certainly helping each other, and I want everybody to keep doing that and support each other. And Dreaming, I do want you to know that yes, everybody's been asking about you. Everybody's worried about you, including myself. I actually did ask Heather quite quickly how you were doing after the whole episode happened, because I knew it was not going to go the way you wanted it to go. There's been a lot of venting in the Discord, which I can completely understand. I've been participating in it. It's interesting to find that some of the thoughts that you had about what was going on, you're not the only one that thought them. Hi, Sunflower Brown. That's fine. You can just listen. Hi, Sally Ann. How are you doing? Dreaming. Gosh, thank you. It's been a whirlwind. It sure has. And I unfortunately knew that it probably was not going to go as well as you had liked. I actually have to commend you because I did watch Sally Ann's live when you guys were, I wouldn't even say you were venting. There was just some emotions that were being expressed, and I did not think that there was anything wrong with what happened. And I also watched what happened with you guys on panel and being basically chastised. I know that you, Dreaming, went on there. Hi, Sean. Thank you for listening. Hi, Christine D. I thought that you actually handled it really well. You went up there. You were like, look, I know I kind of started this thing. I'm really sorry. I was wearing my emotions on my sleeve. And, a lot of us are females in these particular communities that we're dealing with. And yeah, sometimes your emotions are out on your sleeve. Mine less so than most people, but I mean, it happens. And yeah, you get riled up, you get aggravated, you want to vent. Hi, niece. Hi, Kim, and everyone. Cooking, can't see chat, but listening. That's great. Hi, kindness cake. I just I thought that, Dreaming, when you took responsibility for what maybe you thought had been misinterpreted, which I didn't think you did anything wrong, but I guess if you could look at it where something could have been misconstrued or taken the wrong way, if the person you had been talking about was also emotionally, wearing their emotions on their sleeve and stuff. And they were like, okay, yeah, no problem. I mean, that's kind of the gist of and I thought, no, there's no way. There's no way it's going to be this easy for her. Hi, juror number 4. I'm a silent sub of, wait a minute, of Lisa and Callie. Just caught that. Of Lisa, Kaz, and yourself, of course, Sally. Well, welcome, and thank you for commenting so that we at least know you're here. And unfortunately, Dreaming, I knew that it was not going to go down well for you. And I felt really bad when the next day, I had been told you went on panel and were ignored, and I went and looked at it, and I was pretty aggravated. Not surprised. I wish I could say I was surprised, but aggravated. I think there are good reasons to have YouTube channels, and there are bad reasons to have YouTube channels, and some YouTube creators are in it for the right reason, and some people are in it for the wrong reason. And if your focus is money, I think that YouTube alone is not the best business. If you look at the really, really big YouTubers, million plus sub YouTubers, they actually have realized through the growth and pains of YouTube that they need to diversify what they're doing for income streams. You can't just depend on YouTube. I'm seeing some of these smaller channels having these kind of issues because they either lie about what they're collecting their money for, or they're not upfront about how much the money means. Lisa, Loopy Lisa, okay, going to leave you here. Take care, guys. Lots of love to you. All right, Lisa. Sally, I saw that. Oh, well, I'm sorry that happened, Dreaming. You deserve to be heard and respected. Gigi, April's got a little message there for you. Hopefully you'll see it. Yeah, Dreaming, you definitely deserve to be heard, and you shouldn't be shut down. I don't think that it's a good idea for anybody to treat people the way that people were treated that night on panel. You, Heather, Sally Ann, and then I did not say snooze fest. I had never heard that term until the creator said it. I did not say the channel was boring just the night before. No, as a matter of fact, you did say that that auction was boring. I believe was the way it was worded, and I didn't disagree. When Heather made her joke and came over and said, "Let me know when that auction is over," ha ha, because I don't want to listen to that. Ha. I mean, I totally got it. I was not hip on that, and that's fine. If you don't like, that's actually the way to deal with. If you don't like the content that a YouTuber is putting out at that moment, you don't have to sit there and hate on them or, make all these rude comments to them so they feel like they have to, or their mods feel like they have to ban you. You can just move on, go watch somebody else, and then maybe see if their next live is better or what you want to watch. However, it has been pretty blatant for a while that there are favorites on that particular channel. Rabbit Dog, hey all, working but listening. Thank you for letting us know, Rabbit. Thank you for coming by and listening. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, dolls are creepy. I don't think I'd have been into it either, Dreaming. Right. Creepy dolls are they're creepy. They're kind of like creepy. They're kind of like creepy clowns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Loopy Lisa, thank you. It's Sally. You too, listening as I wind down. Hope you're okay. Sunflower Brown, the cruelest thing by far was that all three ladies were allowed to leave without resolution. I actually agree with that. However, I don't think that that creator is known for resolutions. I think that that creator is known for booting people and then asking about them 2 days later. To be honest, Leisha's one of the people that she had asked about, and I didn't know. I mean, Leisha was there one day and then not, and so you think maybe she's busy, maybe she's not feeling well, and then I had my live and everybody started joining Discord, and you find out, oh, there's Leisha. She's been trying to find a place to be because, well, she's been given the heave ho. Well, there's a lot of people that got the heave ho, and everybody else didn't know that it had happened. So let's see. Kindness Cake. This channel has been an unpleasant place for a long time. It sure was. Sunflower Brown and WhiteTiger Unplugged. I watched that live 4 times and documented everything. My degree work was in behavioral sciences. Well, that's interesting, because I'm sure you had a lot of notes to write down about that live. And dazed and confused, I asked where Alicia was and was ignored. I don't know if you, well, maybe some of you were not there back in the BBT days. So I'll give a real quick explanation how I ended up on that channel. Right before the BBT thing started, my friend Maria, who, if you guys had ever watched my Saturday, true crime talks with her, she told me about that channel and said, hey, I know you like true crime. I listen to her. She does these premieres. They're really good. She gives good information, straight and to the point. Check her out. Okay, so I did. And a couple weeks after I started listening to her, now mind you, I was listening to older stuff because I was trying to, see what her stuff was about. And then the whole BBT thing started, and I really didn't know what to think because I didn't know BBT. I also didn't know that creator, and so I really kind of had no opinion. Juror number 4, prayer shouldn't be given conditions but freely. That's correct. But I did know that you can't sit there and say, okay, well, everything that person says is a lie. Everything they say is a lie. Because generally speaking, even the lies are based in some sort of truth somewhere. Nobody says 100% of the time a lie. There are people that 100% of the time say the truth, but there is really nobody who 100% of the time says a lie. Something in what they say is the truth, even if it's only the word the. It's still the truth. So blanket statements like that always make me think, something's going on here. Something's not right. I didn't know either person to know what was going on. I kind of, would watch the things that both would say about each other, and I still couldn't make sense of it. And then you go on and, you have other people that also fool this great judger of character. Mind you, they promise that they don't judge people, but they do. They're very good judge of character. Yet we also had somebody who came through that supposedly adopted 19 children, who had all these problems, came up on the panel quite often complaining about these problems, and then all of a sudden got caught and called out. Okay, I'm still a great judge of character. This is what this person says. I'm still a great judge of character. I just made a mistake. Okay, now I made 2 mistakes. And then you have other people that then got determined, they're crazy, or okay, so then number 3, number 4, however many numbers. And then we get to the whole J-Bells fiasco. And I'm sorry, but this is like the be-all and end-all of somebody who comes in and absolutely snows everybody. Not that it's anybody's fault, but this is the con artist to be all con artists. And I have watched some true crime stuff on con artists. And this person was obviously good and knew how to get people to believe what she was selling. 100%. And then to have to go to your community and say, okay, now I've really screwed up. I'm sorry, I really screwed up. And maybe I should have seen the red flags, but I didn't. And I trusted this person, and I came, like this person was my best friend. And I'm sorry this happened. I'm sorry that, I collected money for this baby that didn't, to get baby items, that this baby didn't even exist. And okay, I'm sorry, but I'm still a great judge of character. So you're supposed to trust me now when I say this person's great. Okay, you can trust me now because I have this great track record behind me, right? Were MRB and BBT Boston friendly with each other in the beginning? From what I understand, yes, because she was always up on panel. I mean, I saw her up on panel all the time. And from what I understand, they were friendly with each other. And the tale that was told about BBT was that BBT was trying to take over the channel. But quite honestly, in the time that I've been watching that channel, that's not the only person that's been accused of, right? Look at poor Sally Ann now. Sally Ann, because she decided to make a Slack and try to use Zoom to go on, that meant automatically that you're going behind the scenes here and trying to steal all my subs. My crazy life. Hi, WhiteTiger Unplugged. Hey, chatters. Hi, my crazy life. Thank you for coming by. Ivy Lynn, I have great intuition on people. I need one legit example. Right. Exactly. Here's the thing, and I don't know. I don't know if maybe my ego is too big or what. Maybe it's not, but
if not, you'll say so anyways.
But here's the thing. If you're so worried about people going behind your back and stealing your subs, okay, then don't provide them a method or a vehicle of doing that, right? Don't encourage everybody to talk to each other. Don't give them a vehicle where they can private message each other. Now, I think this is my opinion and my opinion alone, but as soon as I heard her say that about Slack, I thought to myself, this is why you made the comment about, I knew that people being able to private message each other was going to be a problem. I don't know if anybody else remembers that statement. But that statement was made after this whole fiasco happened. And I thought to myself, this is why you tried to tell everybody the lie. Yes, I'm calling it a lie because it is a lie, that in Slack, when you boot somebody out of Slack, you don't lose your private messages. Yes, you do. And here's how I know for a fact, because obviously I don't use Slack for my channel. I've always used Discord. How I know is when Kaz got kicked out of Slack, all of my private messages with Kaz, yes, I said I had private messages with Kaz in Slack. They were all deleted. Not because I deleted them, not because Kaz deleted them, but because when you kick somebody out of Slack, all of their private messages disappear. Now, to me, that seems planned. Because I'll tell you right now, in Discord, if I kick anybody out of my Discord, even if I ban them, you guys can still private message each other as long as you have each other's names. I'm okay with that. I'm not threatened by that. I don't understand why you have to be threatened. There are enough people on YouTube that everybody can have their subs. And if your subs want to be subs of 20 other people, that's up to them. You don't own them unless you're buying them. But even then, you only own them part of the time, right? So I don't really understand. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm seeing some messages here. Sunflower Brown, I was never in Slack, nor am I in Discord. Let's see. Ivy Lynn, dreaming, I know you're beaten down, and I'm so sorry. Unspeakable how she said those things about your daughter, so Christian. Rabid Dog, a truly disingenuous and manipulative person will always reveal themselves eventually. This is true. Speaking about the prayers, I mentioned this before, but as a Catholic, as a cradle Catholic, it just aggravates the heck out of me to hear somebody say, well, we weren't boring when we were praying for you. Or to hear somebody else say, well, I wish I could get my prayers back now. So if you're Catholic, I'm only going to speak on this because I am Catholic, and I know you believe that prayers are always answered, maybe not the way you want them to be, but they are always answered and they're never wasted, right? So for all of us who, prayed for J-Bells, our prayers were not wasted. Hopefully they're going to the right channel to help her in the right way, as opposed to the things we thought we needed to pray for her for that really didn't even exist. MRB thinks she owns YouTube. That's a funny thing because
I've heard that before.
because well, maybe she owns a lot of stock in it. I don't know. But I will say this. She's still a very small channel. I mean, I am a teeny tiny channel. I get that. I just have a really big mouth. But she's at a little over 30,000 subs. That is a tiny, tiny, tiny channel. There are very few gaming channels that I follow that are that low on sub count. Most of them are over 250,000 subs. So in the scheme of YouTube, yeah, she doesn't own YouTube if you're going based on her numbers. Let's see. I've also never been in Slack or, Nisi says I've never been in Slack or Discord. I tried Discord. It was confusing. Discord is only confusing until you learn how to use it. It's because Discord has a lot that it can do. MRB always seems to want her prayers and her money back. Fact, not fluff. Right. Prayer is a prayer. Correct. We should pray for them all. Always pray that people become their best selves at some point. That's actually a really good prayer to pray for everybody. Juror number 4 says, at niece, same here. I'm not that tech. Okay, so I will say this for anybody who is having problems with Discord. There is actually three now, probably three videos on my channel that should help you with that. Rabbit Dog, her sub count to ratio is not good and it really is. You're right. I mean, I have 64 people right here. I had, well, last check I had what, 270 subs I think I posted.
I think so.
And you know, even when I get 20 people in here, that's still way better than she's doing right now. If you're worried about your numbers, you need to do something about it, right? If you're not giving your subscribers the content, you're not getting your percentages, obviously you need to change something. Her numbers were really high when she was doing true crime. True crime is something she does really well and people seem to enjoy watching. What she's doing now is probably something she enjoys, I'm guessing, but it's not advancing her YouTube channel probably in the way she wants. Well, as everything that I've ever watched about what to do, how to keep your YouTube channel going, how to start your YouTube channel, when you're having problems, it's on you. It's not your subs, it's you. So maybe she'll figure that out. I don't know. Lori Beth says, I love Discord. I do too. That's why I chose to stick with Discord for my channel. Rabbit Dog, I think people hop around and forget to unsubscribe. I do think that's also the case. Pretty in Pink, I feel bad that Sandy is trusting her MRB is using her to get views. I don't know who you mean by Sandy. Produce content. That's correct. If you have content or if you're somebody that people like, they're going to watch you. I mean, if you sit here and you just go like this, like pretty much the whole time, and you don't look happy, or you're like, oh my gosh, is anybody commenting? Or let me eat some food or something. Like, no. People don't like that.
Yeah, you're not allowed to eat on this channel.
That's really funny because that came up in Discord, and I'm gonna throw this out there for all of the world to see. Oh, Sally, I don't disagree with your comment. Lisa says, hello, X. Lisa, I thought you were relaxing. Typing with your fingers is not relaxing. You're supposed to be laying there, and you're supposed to be listening, and my voice is supposed to send you to sleep. Okay. It's an escape that is understandable in the situation, though. Okay. She is not good at true crime. She just reads headlines and doesn't even credit herself. Okay, but Robin, I don't know if you were around back when she actually did it well, before all this started. But she at one time did do it very well. Ivy Lynn, chomp, chomp, swallow, swallow, smack, smack. I'm going to tell everybody right now, okay? I was on Lisa's channel one time. This is how kind of anal I am about this. I was on Lisa's channel, and I was up on the panel, and I hadn't eaten, and I needed to eat my dinner. And I was like, okay, Lisa, I'm going to go, and I'll come back after I eat my dinner. She's like, no, you need to stay. You need to stay. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'll hide my camera and go mute. She's like, no. Well, at the time I was playing around with these filter things, so I just put this filter on that everybody, you know, kind of. Anyway, I was told I could never use that filter again, even though that's what Lisa told me to do. But here's the thing, right? I mean, this is like one of the big things that all of the people that actually try to help, that make all these videos to help people who want to do YouTube, things that you shouldn't do. That's like really high on the list of do not drink directly in your mic. I mean, granted, drinking, you're going to have to get drinks if you're on for any length of time because obviously your throat might get dry. But Eating in the mic. No, thank you. Nobody wants to see food. Nobody wants to hear food. Nobody. There are actually people out there. There's a condition. I should have looked it up before I went live, but I actually had such a shitty day that I didn't even bother. But don't tap pens near the mic. Yeah, I've clicked pens and gotten yelled at about that because it is a nervous twitch that I have. Same at Sally, all the smacky. Shut up. But see, I have people that will tell me, and then I'm like, oh shit. Okay, that's also the thing, you know. Uh, when you have people that come up on your panel and they're all, you know, yes, 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 we love you. Yes, whatever you say, even though we know it's not true. No, we don't remember it. Don't you? Don't you remember? Are you sure you don't remember that? Like, really? Okay, maybe, okay, you're probably right. No, no, that's what the people in Hollywood do. They surround themselves with all these people that lie to them all the time, and then they get so out of tune of what's going on that they're living in their own, I'm the king or queen of the world, right? No, I surround myself with people that say, what the hell are you doing? Come on. That's what you have to do. But I don't know. Maybe if you buy people, I don't know. I don't know. I think that a lot of times what you surround yourself by tells a lot about you. Okay, so they're saying, so sorry you had a shitty day. Me too. That's okay, Catherine. Tomorrow is a brand new day. And maybe I'll be able to do some ASMR with my new mic. I could maybe have way too much fun with it. I didn't always agree with her take on crime, but I would usually leave unless that case was finished. The thing about true crime, I think, you don't have to agree with people. There's plenty of people that, well, actually, Maria and I had many discussions where we did not agree with each other. There's good reasons to have people that don't agree with you around. It kind of makes you think, and maybe it makes you rethink. Lisa says your WhiteTiger filter was amazing. WhiteTiger Unplugged. Yeah, I will probably the WhiteTiger one.
Oh, that one
Not
wasn't bad.
yeah,
It was that.
I will probably bring them out to play again. Yes, you're right, WhiteTiger. She thinks she's invincible now. That's just it. And I have heard people mention purchasing subs. I know that you can purchase subs, you can purchase comments, you can purchase pretty much anything you want. Just like you can purchase followers on other social media, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, there's a lot of things people will do for money. Some channels it's hit the road when you don't agree. This is true. It shouldn't be that way. I can't imagine eating with them all at dinner time at a dinner table. Oh my gosh, dinner for schmucks. Oh my god, I shouldn't laugh. It's freaking hilarious. Uh, she
It
was less
is.
than kind at my crazy life. We don't tolerate that at all. Gigi, sorry about your ear. I'm good. Trying to stay warm with no power. Trisha, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your power comes back on soon. I know there's lots of people with power issues right now. Hopefully we don't have that problem, but it's still a possibility. We have more snow coming tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a nice white birthday present for me this year. I was a sub for over 2 years and chatted a little with people. I couldn't understand why they disappeared. It wasn't until Sally Ann night I finally came to the aha moment. I think that was kind of the aha moment for a lot of people. I think at that point, people really felt like they had to take a stand or not. It's either now or never. That was pretty clear cut. That was ridiculous. It was 2 hours of berating her, and then Heather and Dreaming came on, and I was very upset at the way that Heather was treated. Also, I think Dreaming handled herself very well. Sassy Darcy, hi. Less than kind, what do you mean? Because something makes me sad? I don't know what that was about. Pretty in Pink says, Sally, I would ask to be in Slack and always ignore it. I can't believe I have her super hard too. I'm upset with myself. Atlas Stewart, I don't think she bought subs either. This channel really built up with the Watts case and continued to build with some great cases she covered. That's true. That's true. And she could have kept the momentum going. Let's see. It was allowed to get completely out of control. 4 hour. Right. The first part of it was 2 hours, and then they went back at you. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And so one of the topics that I have been working on is kind of funny because this all played into it. Harmonica. We love and Sally Ann, we love and support you. You're stuck with an army of love and kindness. You know, I think it's kind of funny because there's lots of channels that call their subs an army. I really didn't read anything into that. I really am not sure why that was used in such a way, because a lot of gamers use army as the name for their subs. I really don't. It was 4 hours of abuse. It was 2 hours, a little break, and 2 more hours. And Sally, I'm really sorry that they did convince you to get rid of that video, because I really wish that people could go back and look at your video and see what really happened, because there are people who unfortunately blindly follow and won't go and look. Even if it was there, they wouldn't go look for themselves because, well, so-and-so told me it's fine. So-and-so tells me, and I go look. I mean, I had quit watching the channel until today somebody said something that happened, and I went to go and look, not because I necessarily thought they were lying to me, but I can't really make comments on things that I don't know for a fact. The Frilly Farmhouse, hi. My moment was a year ago when I got emails calling me a traitor, and that she said she had screenshots of me in JOT chat. And who cares if you're in JOT's chat? Like, you don't have to like the other YouTubers that you go to. I don't understand that at all. Liz Stewart, and then she just ignored Sally Ann. Kindness Cake says that Robin Swan agreed, total abuse, and by many too. Yeah, I don't understand calling everybody up on the panel, and then Sally gets up there and not only does she get up there and then try to talk, but nobody lets her talk for so long. She keeps getting interrupted. Can I please say something? And then, okay. Well, I don't know why they didn't. You were the whole reason that they should have shut up and let you talk, because you can't really have a back and forth if you don't get to plead your case. Not that there was anything to plead, because you hadn't even said anything. And it was very clear that you had no idea where the comments are that she was bitching about. I knew as soon as they said the comments, you were thinking it was the live chat. And you kept looking in the live chat and you couldn't find them. No, you couldn't find them because they were in the comments under the video, and they didn't tell you that till, God, after they had berated you for so long. Dazed and Confused, do you think the other creator downloaded it? Well, there were enough of her mods in that chat that they could have at least recorded enough of it for her. Yes, it's very possible. My Crazy Life says, at the Frilly Farmhouse, how insane is that? Who worries about what hundreds of other people are doing and watching? Yeah, who has time for that shit, really? Sunflower Brown, that was a mistake on Lisa's part calling her. No, that wasn't a mistake. She did that on purpose. She did that on purpose. And here's the thing. This is the other thing that I don't understand. Maybe somebody can point this out to me. I don't know. I open my panel for people who want to come up here. So like tonight, Eminem Mama's up here with me, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. That's their choice. I didn't tell them they had to come up here. They want to, they're more than welcome. I throw the link in the moderator chat, and at some point, I will open it up for other people. I don't have a problem with people being on here. I don't require people to be on here. I have enough hot air to talk all on my own without anybody else having to support me, back me up, or tell me what to say. Obviously, other people have issues with that. Sally Ann says, WhiteTiger Unplugged. I did get an email. She said she forgives me. Forgives me? What the freak?
Good edit.
I try not to drop the F word on, because sometimes the algorithm will pick that up, and I don't want it to pick it up, even though I will say other cuss words. Yes, WhiteTiger, not a mistake. Lisa called the flying monkeys and didn't even have facts. That's true. You don't sit there and go, well, let me tell you, first of all, I didn't watch the live. But now everybody that supports so-and-so, come in here now. Well,
because she speaks.
Lord. It's like the drill instructor. It's like the drill instructor, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. I don't know where she gets off sending you an email, Sally Ann. I hope you ignored it. I hope you ignored it.
Return to sender.
You're right. Do not open. Send back. What the freak? Who does that? I can't really say I'm surprised from some of the things that I have seen people share with me. What has happened to them? It's just absolutely asinine. I don't understand it.
Kindness, Kate.
MRB equals a KGB. It's always the Russians, just remember. Jesus.
That's funny.
Sunflower Brown says we are no longer accepting BS emails at this address. You put one of those put one of those automatic replies. If this is MRB, sorry, we're not interested. It's ridiculous. I don't even understand how it gets to this point. I don't understand how she didn't think that this would backfire on her. I really don't. You can only make an ass of yourself so much before it really comes back and bites you in the ass. I mean, really. A bunch of grown people acting like, 10-year-olds on the playground. It's ridiculous. I can't even wrap my head around how they think what they did to Sally Ann was okay, or to Heather or Dreaming. Yes, Sally Ann got the worst of it. But quite honestly, none of the three of them deserved any of it. And Dreaming coming in and being like, you know what? I screwed up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come across that way. I probably shouldn't have said anything. I was very upset. I was hurt. I'm sorry. And then it's like, okay, now we're just gonna ignore you. Well, that's ridiculous too, right? Seriously, how does that? As a YouTuber, I think it's very irresponsible to not be cautious of your audience. Okay. She knows the people that are in her audience. She knows the majority of them. She knows whether they're male or female, their average age range. I mean, this is all information we get from YouTube statistics, right? So there are certain things we get from that. There are certain things we pick up from our chats. Just people having conversations. And hang on. Sunflower Brown says, can we ask how many here got emailed out of the blue behind the scenes about this? Yeah, we can. There's a few that have said that they received emails that I know of. I'm not going to say who they are. If they want to say so here, that's fine. Dreaming says, I love Lisa D, but she was not herself that time she yelled at us. She's a kind person. She does not come around often. She feels bad a lot. I think a lot of her. Dreaming, I have a difference of opinion about Lisa. I think that given her profession, I don't think treating people that way when she didn't have the whole story is completely out of line and uncalled for. I mean, we are adults and we should actually be able to expect adult reactions and handling things like adults, not the way that that was. That was like a big shit show for views and super chats that never happened. That's what that was. Seriously. That's my opinion, but I think that's what that was. That was not the first time Dreaming got yelled at. No, it's not. And I actually didn't disagree with the fact that Dreaming thought that kind of she was being picked on by Scooter. I didn't disagree with that. I had seen it happen a couple of times where I'm like, well, okay, yeah, some people are loud, some people are not. Some things you have to do, the more people you get up on a panel, this is one of the reasons why I like StreamYard. You're only going to get 10 people on here at a time. Everybody else has to wait in line. And then you can rotate people out. But honestly, you get 10 people on, you get 16. There were 16 people on that night when they berated Sally Ann. At one point, there was 16 people on. How is anybody going to get a word in edgewise? Especially when the host is not willing to mute all the others and deal with the problem, right? I mean, there was one night I had Lori on here and everybody was trying to talk and her mic was rubbing up against her sweatshirt and making all kinds of noise and I went, mute, mute.
She does it really quick, too.
And I thought, oh, she'll just, yell at me later and I could give two shits because her mic was making, a distraction and I don't want that. And neither does everybody else. Liz Stewart, that video has a lot of views. She will not. Of course she won't. This is the thing I want you guys to understand. And Sally Ann, if you haven't figured this out yet, too, I'm missing a lot of comments, and I'm really sorry, guys. If you privatize a video that has views and comments and all that kind of stuff, if you privatize it, those no longer count for your channel. Okay? Now, you can bring it back, and those things will come back. But if you privatize it, those views, none of that activity counts towards your channel. So one of the things that happens when you get monetized is every year they do a review of your channel. They can remove your monetization at that time if they don't feel that you're a channel worth keeping monetized. If you're not going to make them money, is basically what it is. Do they do that a lot? I don't think so, but it does happen. And if you don't keep your numbers up, if you don't meet your watch time and all that kind of stuff, they will drop you like a hot potato. So those are things that monetized creators have to keep an eye on. Hence, a lot of times why drama comes about. Certain times. Maybe they feel they need to boost their numbers. Maybe they're not keeping up at the pace they were. Now, one of the topics that I actually plan on doing a live about is kind of interesting and along those lines. Is it actually possible to have a drama-free YouTube channel? I'm not going to give you my answer, but it's an interesting thing to think about because of the way YouTube has their system set up. It causes a lot of these problems. Unless you actually just have somebody who doesn't give a shit about that and they're just doing this for fun. All right, let's see. Dreaming, I really want that video down. I think she should take it down like Sally did, but I understand about the money. So, the only way that I can see that video getting taken down is if somebody actually could get it struck for privacy, maybe for an edit. Even then would only be an edit and she'd lose her live chat. So she says, I didn't edit. I didn't lose my live chat. I ended up with 2 copies of it because I didn't know what the freak I was doing, but I didn't lose my live chat. So I don't know. You know what? Robin Swan, she's paying the price for picking on one of the most genuine, good-hearted people come across on her channel. The Frilly Farmhouse. I lost monetization because of not enough views, and I didn't do the drama, so I don't get views. That's okay with me. That's right. This is also why a lot of the how-to YouTube channels will tell you you need to have other monetization outside of YouTube. Because let's face it, if you look and you strip down what happens when you get monetized with YouTube, AdSense, right? AdSense is what everybody thinks makes you money. But on average, and this is information from somebody with 1 million plus subscribers, okay? On average, it takes 100,000 views on a video to earn $10 from ads. 100,000. None of her videos have 100,000 views on it that I've ever seen, even when I was watching her old ones. So think about that, right? So if you do the math, you take it down to, let's say you have 10,000 views. You're not really making anything on that video. Not in ads, right? So what happens when you're not somebody who gets 100,000 views? And let's face it, if you're somebody who gets 100,000 views and you're doing these elaborate videos, right? $10 isn't paying for that video. You know what it costs you to make that video? That ain't happening. So you either reach out to brands and have them sponsor your videos, right? Which is where like a lot of gamers and huge YouTubers, that's what they do. Or, you know, you get an Amazon link, you get, you know, all that kind of stuff. Try to keep track of all that, which, let's face it, a lot of people are not reading the descriptions in your videos. So unless you're like throwing it in front of their face, they're not doing it. Super chats. So that's where you run into people are very much focused on their super chats. Well, in gaming, the super chats are a little different than I have found them to be in these other avenues, true crime, drama, you know, crafting. In gaming, what happens is somebody will start a super chat. This works on Twitch and YouTube. They're not called super chats on Twitch, but somebody starts and then it's like it just keeps going. Everybody's like, okay, well, I'm gonna outdo that. I'm gonna get the attention of that person. So that's why they'll do it. It's kind of a mob mentality kind of thing, but it works, right? So they'll start these donation trains or super chat trains. The crafting, drama, true crime, all these other, you know, homesteading, all these other groups, that doesn't really happen. So you have to give people a reason to want to give to you, right? Now, when I super chat people because I'm showing them that I support them, that I enjoy their content. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of like you go to the movie theater and kind of pay the price of admission, right? I appreciate what you're doing for me. Here's my super chat. I would never, ever think about asking for it back, only because at the time I gave it for a good reason. There are people who will super chat just to get their name up there and get their name called out and kind of free advertisement maybe for their channel if they're a channel. And then they'll pull it back because you can cancel it after the fact. So then you have YouTubers who can't really depend on that either, right? So I want people to think about if you're watching a YouTuber and you're getting very involved, like a lot of people got very involved with this YouTuber, or felt that they were close or had this emotional tie, I mean, just really think about what their motives are. Because if their motives are money, their interest is not you. Their interest is not your well-being. Their interest is not whether or not you can afford to give them $5 for a super chat. Their interest is in themselves. All right, so I kind of feel better now. I hope I covered what people wanted me to clear up. I hope. I hope. If anybody wants to come and rant, I will drop a link in the chat. You guys are welcome to come up. I will warn you, if I don't recognize you and your name doesn't look familiar to me, I might not let you in right away until you message me in chat. But everybody deserves to be heard, and chat was scary. Chat. Oh my God, there's that chat over there. They would attack you in a heartbeat. When I went up on panel, I never looked at it. I didn't give two shits. I only watch mine because I want to say hi to my people, and you know they're probably, if they said something bad, my mods would probably zap them with the ray gun before I even saw it. At Liz Stewart, I think she would eventually implode her whole channel all by herself. I think so too. What I would be interested to see is what would happen if nobody went on panel. We've heard the call for, oh, nobody wants to come up. What? Nobody wants to come up? How come? Where's this person? Where's this? Why don't they want? Well, they probably don't want to come up because you let your chat just attack the hell out of them. And I've never seen a channel where they time out so many flipping people or delete messages instead of just banning people. You do realize you're still going to get the views. You're just not going to get the comments in chat. You can't ban people from watching your videos or your lives, but you can keep them from attacking the people on your panel. Come on. Let's see. Gigi Jardine. Still, me, Sally just changed, so it does get confused with Sally Ann's. Oh.
Thank you for explaining.
What? I don't know.
Zally and Sally.
Oh, I think it's the same picture, so maybe I would have figured that out on my own. Maybe not. I don't know. Not after today. Maybe not. I don't know. WhiteTiger, haha. Why doesn't anybody want to come up? Right? I don't know.
We're not scary.
There were mods on the panel. I doubt anyone was really managing chat. No. Although these two people up here with me are my mods too, but I guess they like my company so much that they want to come up here.
Well,
I can't help that.
We had a lot of the same venting to get through to today.
And to be honest, we were actually having a chat before we started, so I always let my mods come up and have a chat with me beforehand. I was attacked in chat for saying I had zero regrets when it came to caring for my mother before she passed. Yeah, it's crazy. The things that that the chat will attack you over. Sassy Darcy, you all are such lovely, perfect pillars of the YouTube world, ranting like high schoolers. I'm shaking my head. Well, that's okay. You can shake your head. We shake our head a lot too. Come on, WhiteTiger Unplugged. Mean girls love to see others get picked on. Silly woman. If you block bullies, you block their entertainment. I guess so, but to me it seems like it would be more prudent to keep the people who come on your panel safe rather than letting them be attacked. MRB is a gossip drama channel, has been for a long time. 5% true crime, very poorly demonstrated crafts. I don't disagree with that either. I muted myself because I have a generator running and you can hear it loud and clear. Yes, we know. We were talking about, it sounded like the old computers is going like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sunflower Brown says, at Sally Darcy 1, I know exactly how you feel. Did you review the video in question? I don't know. Everybody just be nice. We don't have to be mean. I've had a drink, so maybe best not to come up. But that's okay, unless you think you're going to say something you'll regret tomorrow. I've had Lisa and Kaz on my panel.
Numerous
I
times.
won't say how bad off they were. We are scared. We don't want our name spread all over, and we don't want drama. I know it sounds bad, but if you go through this, you will understand. Dreaming, I completely understand. And I have to ask you, did you figure out how to log back into Discord? Because I know you did join the channel at least once. So if you can get logged back in, it would be very easy for me to hook up with you and explain to you how to get back in and find your way around. Has anyone on YouTube attacked their subs the way she did? Actually, there is a gamer who is horrible to his subs. I mean, horrible. But that's what he's known for, and he's putting on an act, and I think pretty much everybody understands it, so they know what they're getting. I don't think everybody on the other channel knows what they're getting into. Ivy Lynn says, Sassy Darcy, I understand you have a right to feel the way you feel. Really, it's normal to coexist in this world. Agreed. Everybody does not have to agree with each other. Sunflower Brown says, at WhiteTiger Unplugged, I meant that she should review that long live. I don't think she's done that. It's quite possible she has not. Margie said, too funny. WhiteTiger Unplugged. Stallion was on her panel for her entire marathon, keeping us entertained and doing crafts and such, and we see how much she was protected. That is also correct. I didn't see a bit of thankfulness or appreciation for that. I actually wondered about the purpose of the marathon myself, because so I know my experience with marathons have been with gamers, and gamers usually have people that they game with, groups of people that they game with, and so when they do a live stream where they're going to have to get some sleep, you know, they do have somebody else stream their gaming, and they keep their audience occupied. However, it's not usually a whole panel of randomness. So I don't really know what the purpose of it was. I don't know that I know it certainly messes up the algorithm, because one of the worst things for the algorithm and your channel are lives. It absolutely is. There are some people that can take off their channel with lives, but for the most part, if you're trying to slide yourself into the algorithm, the lives are not really the way to do it. So I'm not really sure what all that was about. Let's see. Dreaming, I get it. I've seen her in action. Although I always stayed at a distance, I don't feel like being mean at all about MRB, just speaking the truth as I see it, and quite restrained at that. Hi, Beagle Mama. I had to leave MRB because I didn't appreciate the nasty commentary and chat about our military and the police. I ignore a lot. I don't agree with, but I had to draw the line. Agreed. Oh, everything's flying here. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Sassy Darcy, I respect you and know you're a good person at heart. Just remember, almost everyone in this chat and on panel was in your shoes at one time or another. We all felt loved and loyalty. I think it's pretty clear how I feel about it. I've been really quiet for a year or so. I'm not made to stay silent when I see injustice. What is sad is she is smart and funny at times to fall to this level. At Beagle Mama, my gosh, it's been a minute. And how is that new kitchen? Yeah, I think there's just a lot of people that have been hurt. There are a lot of people that didn't know where to go. I've been very lucky that there are people that have been directing people to my Discord. So it seems like a lot of people are finding each other that they didn't know where they were or how to get a hold of them. And to me, that's the bigger problem with. Oh, we have a visitor. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm just peachy.
I've thought I'd better come up and yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, it was a rough deal to go through. It is still really raw. I won't lie.
Right.
But I'm glad in a way because it's taught me a lot to who I can trust and who I can't to a certain degree. I thought, not being on that channel for for any length of time, I thought that I knew the area. I thought it was a safe area. I said a lot about myself and what I've been through in my personal life. But I'm hoping I'm going to come out the better person because I've not really spoken out about it, purely because I'm thinking about her family as well because I don't want the backlash coming on her kids because they don't deserve it. But she was damn right nasty, and there was no need for the way that I was treated. No need at all. I hadn't even had a pee.
Right.
And I sat there for 4 hours and I hadn't even had a pee.
Well, right, you were asleep, right? They woke you up out of a sleep. That right?
Well, Jan rung me and I thought, what's going on? And I looked at the phone. I thought, oh, it's Jan. It's okay. And I turned her off. And then I looked at the phone again and something said to me, look on YouTube. So I went on YouTube and I see that she was live. And
Right.
I thought it said, sick to my stomach. And I thought, oh my God, what's happened? My first instinct was, oh my God, what's happened? Is she okay? So I literally ran down the stairs, past my husband, my kids and everything. My kids are adult, I might say, so I can sit up till God knows what time at night, And I just ran in here, turned the computer on, and boy, did it hit me.
Yeah, I mean, they totally blindsided you.
Yeah.
What really was interesting to find out too, what I would actually love to know is when she actually watched your video to actually get her information, because after now mind you, when all of that happened to you, I actually watched it on the replay because I was asleep and I didn't know it had happened till and what would happen is I'd get up in the morning and I'd see if she did a live and I'd turn it on and listen to it while I'm working, right? And I'm listening to it and I'm getting messages. Have you seen this? I'm watching it. I'm listening to it now. Well, I just want to tell you that while she was supposedly vomiting, she sent me 31 messages, right? So she sent those to Lisa. Now, I didn't ask to see them or anything. I trust Lisa. I love Lisa to death. And she sent me. She, like, that night we were talking and she's like sending them to me while we're talking and I'm like, I said, Lisa, you haven't answered a one of these. She goes, no, I didn't. I was sleeping. And it was just literally message after message after message. And then, these other people start talking about what's happened with them. And it's like, she seems to repeat the same thing over and over. Just like, I'm not surprised you got an email. I'll forgive you. In her own head, she wants to be the better person. But hi, Florida Gray Lady.
Are you, Florida? Are you okay?
How in the world can you attack somebody like that on your panel and then go, I forgive you?
I know.
What the freak?
I mean, I was, right, okay, so obviously that, I mean, I'd emailed her and said to her, you know, we need to talk this out, just the two of us.
Right.
I think I even emailed that before all this went off because, or did I? I can't remember. I mean, I could check anyway, but it was like she forgave me, and I'm like, are you? I don't want to swear, but are you
I know.
really? I mean,
Right.
I was like, honest to God, I mean, if you could have pushed me over with a feather. Seriously, I was like, you forgive me for what? What have I done? I did
Right.
nothing.
Right.
You know, I did absolutely nothing. And I mean, you know, but she, you know, she very quickly realised that I hadn't done anything, because then it went from, how could you do this to me, to, you can't go on Slack.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I didn't. Okay, so I never had heard of Slack until Carolyn started her Slack.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh,
I don't know why she waited so long to start it. Okay, so every gamer I know, they have a Discord. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
every gamer I know, they have a Discord. As a matter of fact, my channel Discord is actually my third Discord channel. Okay, I mean, to me, that is just part of it, because it's an easy place where, and Discord has a lot more functionality to me than Slack does, right? But you can talk to people, people can talk to each other, you can video chat, you can phone call each other, you can post links, you can watch videos, and you can listen to music, whatever you want. Okay, it
Mm-hmm.
has that capability. So I actually, when I started my channel, before I even had a subscriber, I knew I wanted to stay with Discord, so I made a Discord channel for it. It's actually one of the things that they suggest when you're making your channel, that you make sure that you pre-plan for some large growth that you're not expecting. To me, having a place for people to communicate and be a community is really something that you should pre-plan.
Mm-hmm.
When she made that comment about, you went into Slack and you were stealing my, and I'm thinking to myself, really? Because I sent you an email to get into your Slack. We didn't private message in her Slack. I sent you an email. Everybody else that I heard, you letting in was sending you an email. The only person that had a problem was Dreaming. Okay,
Yeah.
so when somebody has a problem, what do? You do whatever it is you have to do to help them, to handle the situation. So if that meant that you private messaged her in Slack, well, what's wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
Really? So what? You were trying to steal Dreaming? I mean, at the end of the day, what? You were trying to steal Dreaming?
I had 20 people in Slack.
Right.
That's what I had, 20 people. She's got 34,000. She thinks little old me is going to wreck her community. And I'm like, what the actual,
Right.
So, I mean, in a way, I can thank her.
Yeah.
Because luckily enough, I hadn't gone down that rabbit hole as far deep as some people have.
Right.
I wasn't involved with there for as long as a lot of people have been. She made me see the light, and I mean, God, I was goddamn awful to Kaz, because I was in that zone,
Right.
I was in that place where you've got to protect Billy. No, you've got to protect her.
I know what you meant. I know what you mean. That's okay.
Disclaimer. Sorry, disclaimer.
You're fine. You're fine. You can say whatever you need to.
But yeah, I mean, I mean, well, I can't fathom out that, you know, I mean, I've seen so many videos out there now
Right.
that have been made from that one thing where I spent 4 years, 4 hours of my life that I'm never going to get back.
Right.
But she's actually given me a platform almost, because people are now going, well, hang on a minute, who was this? What happened? And in a way, I'm glad my video did go down. I'm glad I took my video down, because it shows that I'm the better person. You know, I know that nothing was said by anybody. Dreaming was, she was saying how she felt.
Right. Right.
Which we have all got freedom of speech. Come on, you know, in the US or the UK, we all have freedom of speech. So yes, Dreaming Night had been shouted at basically the night before or whenever it was, and you know, we were quite upset, the two of us, and I was more concerned about Dreaming, because I know she has health issues and what have
Right.
you.
Right.
I mean, I have health issues, but you know, I'm about 50 years younger, and I'm Dreaming. No, joke.
I'm not getting in the middle of your guys'
Don't
age gap.
Don't shoot me.
Hopefully she'll laugh about that one.
Yeah, delete that one, please. Monsters. Delete what I've just done. Can't get the staff nowadays, can you? Yeah. And I mean, obviously Heather had come on as well, and she'd said, I mean, you know, she'd come on. I think Carolyn there was an auction that she was playing on the video, which was, yeah. I mean,
right. After Heather made that comment, I went to see what it was, and it was just like, and I'm like, what are they auctioning off, dolls? It sounded like they were, you know, auctioning cattle or something.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like when we go to the car auctions, you know. And it's like, you don't want to, you know, I'm not paying my subscription to sit there and listen to that. So I could totally understand what Heather was saying. And Nanny Patty was there as well, and she said that she would come back and let us know when that godforsaken auction was over. Because at the end of, whenever I have my channel on, I mean, look, this has taken me a few weeks to be able to speak about this, so don't shoot me down, people, okay? You know, I mean, if Carolyn wants me back on a you know, on a live, I'll go back on, because I can get another 500 subs from it or something. Just saying,
Seems
Carolyn.
fair.
Thanks
It
for
seems
watching.
fair.
Yep. Fair trade-off, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Although you should take your army with you instead of you know, getting attacked next time.
Yeah, get them all going. No, I'll sit there quite happily for 4 hours if she attacked me, if I get another, you know, 500 subs, because it's a small price.
Yeah, you can monetize, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We have Patreon. We have started Patreon for them of you that want. But anyway, which is going to get right under her skin. Because you're not allowed to Slack until you've got at least 10,000 people.
Oh, well, you can't Patreon either, because she owns that too, right?
Well, you know what? I had to go through the agencies. I did have to go through the agencies and just, you know, no, it doesn't belong to her. But yeah. Yeah, I've learned so much from all of this, and I mean, you know, it is still very raw. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I get the days where I'm really like, you know, what happened? Did I deserve this? And then I have to say to myself, no, you didn't. You didn't deserve this at all. I did everything I could to help her when the marathon was on.
You sure did.
Yeah, it was okay while I was there, making people laugh, and you know, I was helping her with the crafts of the crickets and God knows what. You know, I mean, it was all right while I was doing all that, but as soon as I became a little bit of a threat, if it hadn't have been that video, it'd have been something else. It really had. And like I said, I'm glad that I took it down. In the fact that I'm glad I did, because I can sleep at night, because I know that I never said anything wrong. Dreaming never said anything wrong, and Heather never said anything
You're
wrong.
right. You're
Nothing
absolutely
was
right.
ever said wrong by anybody whatsoever on my panel or whoever's ever in the comments. It was people that left comments underneath it after it finished. And hey, I'd gone to bed by then.
Right.
Yeah? So I couldn't control that. I'm sorry. I might be clever, but I'm not that clever. I'm not that smart.
Well, she put a lot of responsibility on you that you were going to steal her whole channel, right?
35,000, well, 34,000. Geez, I wish.
31.2. It's 31.2.
Oh, has it gone down? Is it?
Just telling you, it's 31.2. That's all I'm saying.
But I mean, yeah. I do. It is very upsetting. I mean, as people have said, my husband even came in to check that I was all right, and I was told to mute.
Hey, hang on a second, Bailey. You can come up here too. I can have 10 people up here at one time. It's fine.
Come on, Bailey. I've got a really good group behind me, and you lovely ladies as well. I mean, I just want to say to everybody, everybody, whether it's millions or thousands or whatever, I just want to thank you all from my heart, because I know that you've all seen that video, and you've seen it and how everybody has backed me up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I say, it's raw. It's still raw, because I've never been treated like that before in my life, like that.
Right.
There's my girl. There's my middle child.
Right. And I have to say, I'm not a crafty person. I like what you do. I like watching you do your crafts. I like the conversation going on there. I actually enjoyed laughing and stuff with you when you were up on Carolyn's marathon, which was where I really became exposed to you. And I have to be honest, I actually have been telling, my inner circle, we need to kind of show some support for you, because one, you were treated poorly. I mean, we've all been treated poorly by the same person, but you really caught the brunt of this last thing that happened. Even Kaz will go and give your video a like, because she understands. She was there. She understands. She understands why you did what you did when it came to her, and she, I know that's water under the bridge. And whether or not you like people or not, there's no reason people should have to watch other people be treated like that on YouTube, when particularly when they did nothing to deserve it. You did nothing but help her. I mean, if it hadn't been you through that marathon, I mean, I wouldn't have watched half the time. Because quite honestly,
sorry,
it was, wait a minute. It was boring.
How dare you say the truth?
Oh, it's my channel. I can say whatever the frick I want.
And wait a minute, did I see that you have Nightbot? Because I'm pretty sure she probably owns that too.
No, she stole it from me. Nightbot's been my best friend for over a year. Like,
how
no
dare
way.
you say that? Don't you say that? She probably owns that.
Oh no, J Bell's told her about it. I guarantee you, J Bell's told her about it, and that's why she ended up with it. So yeah, so Sally Ann, I think that your channel will do just fine. I think that if anything, maybe this whole thing actually did help you. I think. I mean, I'm not one that runs a lot of drama on my channel, but there have been times where I've run these rants, just because sometimes we all just need to get stuff off of our chest, And I had some people in my Discord approach me and say, hey, I really would like for you to clear some stuff up, because there's still lies flying around. There are still lies flying around. You only did this for subs. I only did this for subs. Kaz only did this for subs. Lisa only did it. Come on. No,
They've only
people
got to
are
watch that
hurt.
video.
People are hurt and they're trying to figure out their way of dealing with it. And if it means they go on their channel and they vent a little bit, or they open up their channel for other people to come tell their story, that doesn't mean they're after subs or views or anything else. Because let's face it, you know, some of those people aren't worth getting that you're going to get because of that.
Can I just say one thing? That
Sure.
Anybody out there that still thinks that video is real, go back, because I've only been able to watch the first 20 minutes of it, where she's on there. There's no tears. It's dry crying. There's no tears. There's like, she's looking all around all the time, and then when she realizes it's live, and she's on there and she's like doing her dramatic thing. It's calculated. It's my son's birthday. Well, it's not her son's birthday, and I my heart goes out to her losing her son, but it's not his birthday till the middle of March.
Right.
You know, so how could I say that was calculated, that any of that was done? And when you truly go back and watch it, and watch the first 20 minutes where she's on there and she's saying all this, she hasn't been able to sleep, she's been sick, she's been vomiting, and the next
which
minute,
we know isn't true. Which
Yeah.
we know isn't true. I mean,
But-
anybody who's been in my Discord and looked at the receipts, you can see all of Lisa's messages from that night.
But
Like,
then
it's
she
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know,
she contradicts herself, because then she says, I felt sick to my stomach. Yeah, one minute she's throwing, I mean, her makeup's perfect, her hair's perfect for somebody that hasn't been able to sleep, went to bed, couldn't sleep, got up, her hair's all tidy, her makeup's all still on in one place, and then she can't believe, and you've got, sorry Scooter and sorry Lisa D, but you speak out your backsides, okay? Oh, tell us what in the messages. Tell us what's wrong. Please give us the number. Give us the number to ring up. Give us the number to ring up. Please, please, please give us the number to ring up. What's wrong? What's going on? And then they came on there as if they didn't know anything. But then very, very quickly, it's like, well, yeah, but this shouldn't have been done. And this shouldn't have been. They didn't know anything up to that stage, bearing in mind, before they got onto the chat.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video, but well, if you haven't seen the video and you didn't know what happened, you shouldn't have said anything. You shouldn't have said anything at first.
Yeah.
Because.
But seriously, go back and look at that bit from where they're messaging on the chat saying, please send us the number so we can call in. And then when they get on, they know exactly what it's all about. So they've all been sat in their
They've been messaging behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And on that note, I would like to and Sally Ann knows that I'm kind of not really in a good place right now. Sorry, my dog's a jerk.
That's okay. I do want to tell you, Sally Ann, there was a conversation about what she was looking at during that video. I think that she was looking to see how good her performance was. I think she was looking for super chats. I really do.
Yeah, and they started coming, didn't they? Start coming.
Yeah, she had to pay rent this month on her lake house. Sorry. I'm too blunt. I'm just okay. Anyways, I mean, come at me. Literally. Okay, so sorry if my dog comes in here again.
No, that's okay. I have dogs. Don't worry about it.
He's still a puppy.
So do I.
So I'm gonna talk about this. This is the one time I'm gonna talk about it, because I mean, my mom has surgery tomorrow and other stuff's happening right now in my life. And I kind of honestly have put this all out of sight, out of mind. I honestly forgot the name of her channel for a while, but I think because it so psychologically messed me up for a little bit that I just, yes, hi. I just didn't care. I did donate my Cricut to Nana Patty. I was new to the channel. I did not plan that. I am just always a generous person. And I truly did see my great grandma in her, who did pass away January of last year. I do have a memorial candle. Sally Ann has seen that. And yeah, so I truly did feel that about her. But all I'm going to say is some people wear masks and they wear them really well. And I did send the Cricut. And after I sent the Cricut, like hundreds of dollars came in. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really have the funds to buy a new Cricut, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make payments on a new Cricut. So I did, because I don't like to make big purchases. So I did. I bought a new Cricut. I'm glad I did. Whatever. It's really not the end of the world. It's life goes on. And I was getting messages that there was some crap being talked about me behind the scenes. So I messaged Nana Patty and asked her to please reject the package very nicely. And I can send messages if anybody would like to see them because I keep all of my proof. I'm not stupid. And yes, I'm over the age of 21, isn't it?
And you have all your own teeth, yeah.
Yeah, and I have all my teeth, but thanks anyway.
Somebody said you don't have all your teeth?
Apparently, all my mods are under the age of 21 and don't have all their own teeth.
Oh,
that's how pathetic it's got. Really, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
shame.
And
of course, you okay? That's become my.
I just flung water on my keyboard, but that really pissed me off. that really pissed me off. That, are you okay? Are you like, that's part of your personality? What the flip? I mean, I wanted to punch. Sorry, go ahead, Bailey.
So I requested my Cricut back, and I was told, like, no, I'm not sending it back. You gave that to me, and I'm like, okay, if the worst you're gonna call me is an Indian giver, then fine, whatever. I really could care less. And I mean, if people want to rip me to shreds for that, that's fine. Yeah, it is a little Indian giver-ish, whatever the word is for it. But I was also under the pretenses that she was this other person. And then I was, talked complete and total shit about behind the scenes. Just hold on. And I am not going to be talked about like that. I may be young, but I am not dumb.
Right.
And anybody who knows,
it's okay. It's okay.
Crickets are not cheap, and I truly did that because I felt for her and felt like she truly wanted one, and I was like, I really just wanted, this is my chance to jump for it.
Right.
Yeah, so I kind of got screwed out of that, but she did end up sending the Cricut back. So I am going to give it to someone else who will actually appreciate it and appreciate me.
I'm actually glad to hear that she did that.
Me too.
So if she listens to this, which I'm sure this will get back to her, please nobody freak out on her for this. I only discuss this because I don't want any misconstrued crap going around, but I am not a scammer. I did send all of the ribbon that I was basically pressured into getting, if anybody saw that live.
I did see that live, and you were pressured into getting it because they were like, oh, we'll all buy it.
Well, here, let me take you into my guest bedroom. While I'm at it, I might as well, while I'm on the roll, since everybody was going to buy it from me.
Are you shitting me?
Nope. So, come on, Henry, get out. Come on, buddy. So, I mean, it wasn't expensive, so I'm not worried about it. And if that's really all I have to lose, I'm fine with it. I escaped the cult safely in one piece. I actually gained some great friends off of it. I did suffer a little mental health wise, for a minute, but the funny thing is they don't know about me is I'm a strong ass person, so
girl.
They can really screw off. I am only 23, but I've been through a hell of a lot in my 23 years of life. So if they think that this petty bullshit is gonna get me down, nah, they got it wrong. And I really, truly don't care if anybody sees this, takes it out of context, but that's the last time I'm gonna speak about it. It was all because I was trying to be nice and stood up for what was right. So
I couldn't even believe that all this shit happened the day that you went and mailed that.
Do you know what?
Like,
though?
I watched that, where you went to mail it and everything, and all the shit hit the fan all in the same day.
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe that.
The thing was, you see, when Bailey very gracefully said that she would send Nana Patty that cricket
Right.
out of the kindness of her heart, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all Bailey said was, if you send me the postage, I'll post it to you. That's all Bailey asked.
Right.
And all of a sudden, and I'm going to say it, Cupcake said that she'd pay for the postage. Okay?
Right.
And all of a sudden, all these happy mails, or whatever you call them,
Super chats
came in, and you're talking over £300. All these, probably more.
I know. I saw it. Yeah.
Well, Carolyn, because I refused to call her mummy, because my mum died when she was 32, and no dried up old coon's going to take that place. So, and I've never called her really mummy apart from that day when I was, out of my head. But anyway, I had the suggestion that maybe, that was what started it off. Was I said to Nanny Patty, I said, maybe because she'd been out the night before or whatever it was to the casino and won $1,000. I'm not going to tell somebody how to spend their money, but we were talking about crickets, and I think she said something like she'd like one. I said, well, you can buy one with your winnings. No, she'd got to replace the floors in her house because her son or son-in-law's dog or somebody's dog had peed on it, so she had to get it all replaced. So then Bailey came up, God bless her soul, and said, I will send you mine. I will say this is the only time that I'm going to say is because, I've said it time and time again. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. But, I trust WhiteTiger and, and the panel and everything for having me on and that. But Bailey came up then and said, I'll let you have mine. Well, then seeing all these coming in, and Carolyn was in the doctor's appointment. Well, I'm not kidding you. And shoot me down, Caroline, if you really want to. But you got back in that car of yours, and your little face was like that because you've been tinging that you were finding all these, all these super chats. You're thinking, oh my God, I'm making money. But then when somebody said, that's for Nana Patty, my God, her face changed. And I dare anybody to go back and look at that video and
you know what?
with them.
This is the thing, that was the thing that pissed me off too, when she started saying, oh, I can't believe you guys said I wasn't happy for Nana Patty. I was. No, Lisa D was so excited to tell her this story about how her community came together and did this wonderful thing. And as soon as the word super chat, you just saw like her whole demeanor changes. She's like, well, that gives me anxiety. And I'm thinking, and here's the thing. And I said, and all of my people here will vouch for this. I said, if that had been me and that had happened on my channel, I would have sat there and wrote her a check for the amount of those super chats and said, my donation to this is the YouTube fee. I'll pay it.
Yep.
Well,
and that would have been the end of it.
That's the issue, is we were talking about the same freaking day she went to $2 Dollar Trees and spent $300. There's the money. There you go. So I'm sorry, you can't make an excuse for that. I did message her that day because I literally hopped on and heard this video that all I heard was like 5 seconds because, in case you didn't know, Carolyn, some of us have real effing jobs and can't sit on YouTube. I know that might sound weird to you. Some of us have real lives.
You're ducking. I see.
She says
she's waiting. She's waiting for the daggers, aren't you?
We're in lockdown over here. I can't work. I can't work physically ill, Carolyn, as well. Okay.
Well, sadly, you know how bad this stuff has been weighing on me and how much I've wanted, like, and how huge of a weight this is to get off of my shoulders.
Yeah,
And then when I was just on the phone with my mom, like I said, she goes into surgery tomorrow. So I was like, I'm like, Mom, I gotta go shower. Little does she know, like, I gotta hop on this live, then I'm gonna go shower because I'm like, I just need to get this off my chest as one less stress I need. So first off, thank you so much for doing this because this is honestly like a huge weight off my shoulders
You're
in
welcome.
the shit show of 2020 and 2021 that's happening right now.
Right.
And so I just get up when I use the restroom in the morning, I just scroll and look at one little thing and I see this notification and it's like Carolyn went live. I'm like, oh shit, okay, whatever. And I look at it and then I look at like 1 minute of it and it's like, I can't believe they said that I wasn't grateful. And so I just messaged her and I was like, listen, I never thought that about you. I just want you to know that I never thought you were. I really didn't think that. I mean, I never think ill of people until they pull this shit. And I I really never thought that. And I messaged her that and then it was like the whole thing just crumbled the hell down and I'm like, I told her I truly don't care if anybody else isn't happy that she got the cricket. I just was thankful Nana Patty was thankful for it. But then I saw all the shit and then I got excuse after excuse as why the cricket couldn't be sent back and blah blah blah. And then the FedEx man showed up one day and I'm like, oh, it's the cricket. Ah. So that's why I'm like, well, at least they sent it back. And so I really don't care anymore. I just want nothing to do with them. And so
I'm really happy. I'm really happy that she sent it back because that was the
Well, I
right
mean,
thing to do.
that
It
was.
was.
I mean,
well, the last message I sent her was actually, I'm blocking you after this message. This is the last message I'm sending you. I'm paraphrasing, so if you're watching this, this isn't the exact words, so don't roast me for that. I said something like, this is the last message, I'm blocking you after this. What you do from after this message is on you and will reflect on you, not me. So, and she sent it back, so.
Well, good.
Which
I mean,
I'm thankful she did.
the thing was, I mean, I said what I thought was the right thing to say because obviously I didn't know Bailey too well then. And so I knew, here comes Robin. So I knew, okay, we're not ganging up on you, okay? Yeah, just in case you are watching.
Are you worried about ganging up on me?
No, on
Oh.
on the other one.
No.
Oh,
we don't want to be a posse out there for her, but
no, we're the mob. Remember, we're the mob.
yeah, we're the mobsters.
She
Yeah,
labeled us the mob, so now we're the mob.
Well,
yeah.
I can have whoever I want on my channel, so I don't give a shit what they call you.
But I mean, those people out there that know me, they know that I mean, I don't lie. There's no need for lying. You know, okay, we all tell little lies, but I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, Carolyn did this, that, and the other when she didn't do it. But what I will say is this: when I look back at it now, this sort of started tumble rolling into that weed, you know. When all this went off with Nanny Patty, and I'm saying your name again, with the cricket, she started getting all this in. I said, and I didn't know Bailey that well.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Robin's gone. She'll be back. I didn't know Robin Bailey that well, but I knew well enough that she's a young girl that can't afford to be. I know how much these cricket makers are. You know, I've got one myself.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I thought, oh my God, because she said, you can have mine when I get a new one.
Right.
That was Bailey's exact words.
Right.
I get a new one.
Right.
So of course, then all these people kept sending all these happy chat or whatever the Snapchats in, saying, oh, this is for supplies. This is for supplies. So I sat there and I went, well, Nanny Patty, I said, you could probably buy a brand new maker for the money that you've got coming here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And she went, yeah, you're right. Well, blow me down with a feather. Pitbull Sleuth, yeah, the devil incarnate, started having a go.
Are you gonna do
How
something about
dare
dinner?
she spends her money on? Yeah, we can hear you, Robin.
Or
um,
go
um,
get water?
he,
One of
she,
the
whatever it is, I don't know. Pitbull sleuth. Some say it's a male, some say it's a. Probably doesn't even know themselves. You know, who knows? It could be, you know, anyone. Anyway, they were going at me. You can't tell Nanny Patty how to spend her money, and I'm like, no, it's just a suggestion because there are a lot to buy. And Bailey's a young girl, you know. My God, and you know, it really hit the fan. It really hit the fan. And I had, I can't even remember the other one that told me that I was.
Oh,
Well, honestly, the whole
it was
thing, the whole
Mystic
thing,
Firefly.
yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah.
And she's still there, he or whoever the hell that is, if it's even a person.
Yeah, but that sort of, I think that sort of started the ball rolling, and then Dreaming and I got told off and shouted at, told off for being loud. Hey, I've always said you love me or hate me,
Right.
you know, one or the other. I'm not going to change myself for anybody else. And you know, they all sort of jumped on the bandwagon, and that was it. And then because me and Dreamy had been pushed off, not pushed off, we were told basically to shut the up. In no too few words. Dreaming got upset. I got upset. We both went off. Dreaming came back on, and she said that she'd been in tears. And I thought, well, yes, so had I. Because, you know, I might act a hard cow, but I'm as soft as, you know, mush. And then they're saying to me on that 4 hour, you know, if you look closer, you can still see the scars. Do you want me? That I had to grow thicker skin. And yet Caroline stood there or sat there, false crying. Yeah, you have to have tears, Caroline, to cry. You know, your nose has to run when you're crying. Yeah, go back to drama school, sweetheart.
And
Sorry.
you can't physically text while you're puking. Just saying, I've never known a man to do it. But if you do,
And I mean,
shit,
I
you
don't know.
should be in the Guinness Book of World Records, chick.
But, yeah, so you know, good act. I'm glad your ramblers are believing you. Yeah, because more fool them, because I can see who's going to be the next one, and you know who you are, who's going to be the next one that's going to get burnt by this. And I think I wasn't trying to take your channel down, Carolyn. You're doing that yourself, sweetheart. Okay, you've done this, not me, not Dreaming, not Heather, not Kaz, not anybody else that you have ripped apart. Save Robbie, Rabid Dog, anybody that you have ripped apart. These people are not to blame for what your outcome is going to be where it comes to your YouTube channel. You do this yourself. We pay for our own mistakes. Yeah.
Yep.
And you've taught me some valuable lessons, yeah? And by the way, Caroline, you okay?
That was good. I hate to interrupt this rant, but I got some news in Discord that somebody's grandbaby boy arrived safely. So everybody, let's do some claps in the chat.
Oh, who's baby boy?
Trish, her grandson was born.
Trish B?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Trish B. Oh,
yes.
Trish B. That's probably why we haven't seen her.
Yeah. She's been supporting me. Thank you, Trish B, as well.
So everybody, let's do claps in the chat, please, for the baby boy.
Well done. See, there's always something good that comes out of something bad.
Right. Ivy Lynn says MRB divided her own community. She sure did.
Mm-hmm.
You can't treat people that poorly and expect good results. You just can't. I think in watching some of the other stuff, I think it didn't. I don't think it turned on her this bad because I don't think it involved as much of her community. Right? There were already I think like drama tiffs going on with some of the creators and this and that. And this time it was pretty blatant what happened with you and Heather and Dreaming. That was anybody who watched it. I mean, even if you hadn't seen the live that happened on your channel previous to that, it was apparent that, goodness gracious, is this the way she treats her her people? Like, okay, to me, she always says, come to me, come to me. If you hear somebody say something about me, come directly to me and talk to me. And
so I can boot you out of Slack.
right? She wants you to send a private message, so it happens in private. So so you get booted, and then she can ask has anybody seen Mrs. Roger Rabbit, or has anybody seen Leisha, or whoever it is that she's decided to, or she probably knows is gone because of something, and acts like she cares. Well, no, you don't do that stuff out in public and then expect everybody to come to you behind the scenes and be private about it. It doesn't happen that way. And this is why YouTubers take their shit out on their channel, because they get tired. They get tired of hearing it, listening to it, watching it, right? And they're like, no, enough is enough. I'm sticking up for these people. Sometimes it's because people come and ask you, hey, you need to say something. We want you to say something for us. We don't have a platform, or we can't come and say it, but, can you please go and clear this up? Can you do that? Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why I did that. Well, I mean, I had a shitty day at work and everything else, and this all I like, you know what? I'm just going to do it, and, whatever happens, happens. And if people want to come up and vent some more, that's fine too. You have a right to do that. It's my channel. I can do what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your channel, you can do what you want. If you want to have a Slack and not have any subs and have 50 people in Slack, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Like, nobody has the right to tell you can't do that.
I just wished I'd known this before. I mean, I was side. Yeah.
And Carolyn, I would just like an open message to you. This will be the last thing I'll address you, because quite frankly, my life has been pretty good since I haven't been on your channel, and I haven't really recognized you in my life. You might want to get rid of the sponsors underneath your videos that aren't your sponsors. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that was an interesting find, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Where's Robin? Did she get back?
I think I don't know if she's having connection problems or what. Trish B says, thank you all so much. I'm so excited. You should be. Yep. Just wonderful, wonderful news on a pretty shitty day for me. I'm very happy that you got your grandbaby.
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
That's fine. Is there anybody else who wanted to come up? I'm gonna put the link in one more time. I don't do these too often, but sometimes you just have to. And hang on a second.
I mean, I couldn't say much before because it was still so raw.
Right. Right.
And I wanted to be I mean, it is still raw, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to be in a place where I could tell the truth without exaggerating it,
Right.
Because when you're hurt, you can really, really exaggerate things.
Well, your emotions blow it up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the reason why I've left it so long. And, I mean, I'm sorry that I've had to come here and say it, because
I'm okay. This is it. I can do whatever I want on my channel. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I mean, they're just not.
Yeah.
If I want to have a rant session about the fact that somebody said the sky is blue and I think it's purple today, I mean, then that's what I'll do. And if people come, they come. And if they don't, they don't. I mean, people make their own choices. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. If you're so threatened, don't have people come up on your panel that mm-hmm. might possibly start a channel.
Yeah. Great idea. Wow. Do you have your degree in rocket science?
Look how Look at Lisa and Kaz and I, okay? So J-Bell's kind of interfered a bit for a period of time, okay, in our being able to spend time together. But, like, if you go back in the history on our channels, you know, like a year ago, like we were channel hopping to each other's channels all the time. And subs were following us around to our channels, and nobody was like mad, oh, Cass has more subs, or at least nobody was mad about any of that, because why? We're friends, we're having fun. That's what this is supposed to be, right? This is another way to socialize with people that we would not otherwise ever meet. I mean, you're totally across the ocean. I would never have the opportunity to talk to you unless I happen to travel over there and happen to bump into you over there. You know, the odds of that happening, like, zero. If you're so insecure about people stealing your subs, and I mean, people getting subscribers that are subscribed to your channel is not stealing subscribers, right? Maybe they like your channel and their channel. That's okay. For instance,
I never said to anybody to pick.
well, for instance, Kaz and Lisa and I, like, we don't go live at the same time.
No.
Now, does that mean that I won't clash with other people? Yeah, but that's what the rewatch is for. That's why I don't take my lives down. People can, you know, go back and listen to me rant and rave, or, you know, talk about World of Warcraft or whatever it is that I'm doing if they want to. That's up to them. Right? Everybody gets to make their choices.
Yeah.
And if your decisions on your channel are based on, well, I've had this person up on my channel for this marathon that I had to have people up there to keep going so I could sleep and take my breaks, and then I'm going to turn around and attack her because, you know, her and her daughter decided that she's going to start her business, you know, on Etsy and make a channel. And why wouldn't you make a channel? Why wouldn't you? YouTube is social media just like the rest of them. Why wouldn't you?
And Carolyn encouraged her to do a channel too.
I'm gonna hop off because my dog's being loud and I gotta figure out my Discord so I can join your Discord.
Okay.
But I just want to leave with that. Thank you so much for allowing us to vent on here about this, because
no problem.
Obviously we don't want it on Sally's channel because we're just trying to drop it. But obviously it still weighs on us in a way, and we do need to get it off our chest. So thank you so much. And I'm just going to leave with the one last thing. Carolyn, you can send people over to check on our Slack. We don't talk about shit in there. Okay? You're not relevant.
Listen, if you're talking about poop in your Slack, you probably need some better content. Bye, Bailey. I don't understand why it has to be an us or them thing. I really have never understood that. But when somebody draws that line in the sand, you kind of have to. In order to keep
until then, because and what she was doing, I noticed at first it was fine, but then what I started to notice was I'd go on and 10 minutes later she'd come on live, so I'd go, oh right, everybody, let's go over to Carolyn's.
Right. Oh, I know.
You know? And then it got to the stage was like Tammy was always at 3, so I'd go on before Tammy and I'd say, right, let's all go over to Tammy's, and then we go from Tammy's over to Carolyn's, and it was a thing. And because that one
sales pitch for Carmex. Sorry.
That one day I didn't say let's go over to Carolyn's. That was
shit hit the fan, right? Yeah. Shit hit the fan. Yeah. Well, I have to be honest. I was under the impression that she was, for lack of a better term, interfering with your guys' lives. She was positioning hers to overlap both. And I thought
and she's still doing it now.
Here's 2 channels. I'm going to be honest too. You know, my scheduled live that I had that Saturday.
Yeah.
okay, where Lisa and Kaz and them were coming to, because it wasn't about this stuff, but you know, they still have J-Bell stuff going on with them, right? And they wanted to have a safe place to come. Lisa wanted to be able to tell her subscribers. She knows that there's a lot of her subscribers on my channel. She made a community post to bring them here, and so that she could, in a safe place that she knew she was protected, you know, explain what had happened, okay? And so I scheduled it, knowing that it could, you always, when you schedule, you know that somebody could purposefully, you know, overlap or do that. I didn't care. So what happened was I scheduled the time, and then somebody said something to me. Oh, you know, she's scheduled a premiere. And so I looked and I said, oh, it's the same time as ours. So I went behind the scenes and messaged people and said, okay, we're going to change the time. And here's the thing that I thought was really funny, because it was funny that Rabid Dog had noticed it, because when he came up the other day, he had mentioned the fact that she had scheduled this live or this premiere. And one, she hasn't done premieres for a while. And two, she did a premiere. She did a 5-minute premiere on a diamond painting haul, which gets her the least amount of views.
Yeah.
Right? So she had to throw something together really quick to schedule something at the same time to distract people. Well, I don't think it worked, because we still had a lot of people that showed up, and, you know, I was able to get word enough around behind the scenes that a lot of people showed up at the get-go. It's unfortunate that people have to act that way. I mean, I could care less when people schedule their stuff. If it, you know, if it clashes with mine, fine. But, you know, when you're purposefully trying to me, it seems that you're purposefully trying to mislead your community, so that they don't go see something that might be true. And the whole reason why we backed up everything that was said with receipts in the Discord is, one, I didn't want strikes on my channel for any reason, right? Putting it in a private Discord kept it off of YouTube. We let everybody come in. Her people, our people, your people, everybody's people could come in. And I gave them a week. Sunday, we flushed them out. Evidently, I must have accidentally got somebody I shouldn't have, but I mean, it happens. The fact that you even have to go through all that over what? Some stupid YouTube thing? Just to, because there are people in my Discord that won't comment in my chat, that won't comment in the general chat in my Discord, because they're so freaking afraid that those people are going to come after them. They're so scared. You shouldn't be scared. She's just a YouTuber. I mean, she's sitting in there in New York, probably not where you're at, even in the same state, and you're afraid. Why? Because she has a history of this ridiculous attacking people and sending her goons and everything else, and oh my God, she's gonna look you up.
People are still getting emails.
Right.
People are still getting emails that say, I saw you in this chat, or you show up in chat, and it's like, I went to Tammy's chat and live, and all of a sudden it's Carolyn, Scooter, and then some kid then blocked me ever, and all of a sudden she showed up. Because Carolyn said hi to me, and I didn't say hi, but I was talking to other people, and all of a sudden it was like Carolyn, Scooter, like they showed up midway through the like, I hadn't seen her in months because she blocked me, and it was like trying to show like, oh, we're right here, and it's like, give me a break, people. We're adults. Right. There's a channel, and I don't know how many people are sending me messages saying, I don't want to comment anywhere because everywhere I go, you know, there they are. Or I get a message saying, oh, we saw you in this chat, or we saw you. What is this? It's like the proverbial dead horse head in your bed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, don't you know, if you're a subscriber on my channel, you can't go anywhere else? You didn't know
I
that?
have a friend like this.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Actually,
I have a friend.
Bailey said here. Bailey said here in the chat she's been known to dox. Absolutely. There's a lot of people in the drama community that dox people. Here's the thing. I will preach this again. I've preached it before in videos. Some of you will know this. This is why you keep Facebook out of YouTube. You do not Facebook friend anybody for your own safety. That you have a YouTube relationship with, because if it goes sour, some of these people, no matter how well you think you know them, are going to go to the extremes. And if they have your real name, they will be able to find you.
Yeah. Mind, it's not hard to find out details, is it?
Well, my piece is like,
Bailey, let me give you access.
I just want everybody to stop. I just want whoever speaks up or speaks their truth is automatically a liar, an evildoer, trying to ruin our community. Like the emails are going out trying. I feel like it's like there, and this is not political, but this is just an example. Like the Republican Party using Hillary Clinton, who's not even in politics anymore, to raise money, and it's like, listen, she's out of the thing, but it works, right? So it's like, let's invoke that,
I think you're having some connection issues.
Oh, okay.
You're like breaking up and hesitating.
Okay.
Bailey also said, and privatize your freaking Facebook. Yeah, but I'm telling you, do not friend any YouTube person on Facebook. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't do it. I mean, I'm on Facebook because I have family that's out of town, and I have, there's very few friends at work that I will even Facebook friend. Be picky and keep it off of YouTube, because let me tell you, even if you make one of those, I'm a person, like I'm a celebrity person, and you have it linked to your main name, right? No, they'll figure it out. Trust me. If they're trying to find out who you are, they will. Don't even do it.
I'm screwed then.
As much as, well, I can't tell you how many times I've had this conversation with Loopy Lisa. She keeps trying to friend me, and I'm like, no, you still keep letting YouTube people on your personal, and I'm not having it. I mean, I have a family. I mean, yes, I live in a dangerous city, but I have a family and I have pets, and I don't want anybody messing with my shit, and I certainly don't want them coming here and my husband having to shoot them. So I just, I'd rather avoid that problem. Trust me, he's a very good shot. It wouldn't take much. Florida Gray Lady says, I'm waiting to hear she trash talk. I bet she's trash talked every last one of us. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't care. I really don't care. She means absolutely nothing to me. I mean, she was entertaining to watch for a while, and shit just, they say shit rolls downhill. It really does. And sometimes it rolls down really, really fast. I kind of stayed around knowing that this would happen. I really did. I was waiting for it to happen, because I knew it would. As things started to reveal themselves, and after the whole J-Bells thing, and I saw how Kaz got treated, and I can't get over the fact, I could probably vent about this for the next 25 years. Kaz was so wronged in that whole thing, because Kaz was the one that I really think J-Bells wanted her to off herself. So she isolated her to the point and was trying to drive her crazy. So she had these friends. She had these friends that were supposedly her friends, and not one of them checked on her. Not a one of them checked on her. Are you okay? Your thing. Are you okay? I mean, that's the one time they should have done that, right? Are you okay? I'm hearing this. Are you okay? And that was my whole thing. When I heard that Kaz and Lisa had a tiff, which really upset me, because I even told them in a moment, I'm like, I am not picking between the two of them. I think they're both telling me the truth. Something is amiss here. There's got to be another party involved. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not getting in the middle of it. It's going to have to work itself out. And then when I found out what happened, my first thing was, hey, Kaz, now that the cat's out of the bag, are you and Lisa okay now? Because I knew something else had to be going on, because I knew they weren't lying to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, I see where even in the lives after the fact, our non-friend creator anymore, she was like, well, I can't believe, to Lisa, I can't believe you still want to be friends with her, and da 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 da, and that she forgave you because you held on to this information for 2 days, and that's not at all how it happened, right? That's not at all how it happened. And anybody who even had a question about that, they came in and they looked at all these messages in my Discord, and I'm telling you, so many people that came in, I didn't know the response would be so big. I really didn't. I thought if we could get a few outliers to see, hey, Kaz and Lisa are not lying, Sean is not lying, these people are not lying about what happened with J-Bells, that maybe they would see that you can't just blindly believe what this other person is saying about you or anybody else, that you've got to vet that out for yourself, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about grown people letting other people tell them what to do, what to think, what to believe. I'm sorry, but I still think it's, part of drinking the Kool-Aid and cult mentality. You have, it's kind of like when you look at how they study the mob mentality with crime, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it dissipates your guilt in your own head. If there's 20 of us that jump this guy and we all hit him like 2 times, well, I've only hit him 2 times. I didn't kill him. I didn't do the final hit that killed him, But that's what happens in the mob mentality. You think it's more okay because, well, you didn't do that much. You didn't do that much, and everybody else was joining in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be that way. You have to make your own decisions. You have to let the evidence present itself to you, and you make a decision on that. You can't go, oh, well, so-and-so told me this, or Kim told me this, or Sally Ann told me this, so I'm just going to believe. No, go watch the stuff for yourself.
Yeah.
Make your own decision. Do you think she was really crying, or was it fake? Make that decision on your own. Don't just believe what somebody said. Right. Don't believe what somebody says just because they say it and you've put them in this God status, right? You can't do that. That's how things like Jonestown happen, right? Everybody drinks the Kool-Aid and dies.
Yeah.
Right? Like you think it's ridiculous when you're on the outside looking in and you see that happens. But then when you have something smaller like this happen and you see what it's done to people, because people like kind of have their blinders on because they had respect for this person. They thought highly of this person. They thought this person was this wonderful, kind, generous person. And then all of a sudden it smacks them in the face and goes, oh my gosh, I was wrong. It's difficult to admit that.
Yeah.
Which is why everybody is so hurt, and there's people that are still afraid to say anything. I mean, even in my private Discord, we're not even talking out here on YouTube in comments or anything. They're in private Discord and they cannot feel safe enough to make a comment without thinking that, the mafia is coming to get them.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. But this is what she has caused people to feel like and think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But she has. It's done her good as well, because she's put a lot of content out there just lately.
She what? What?
She's been putting a lot of content out there lately. She's actually earning her money now.
Hi, Shaz. What? She's actually putting content out there?
Yeah. I mean, it might be from a book or something, but
Well, that's funny you should mention that, because somebody had made a comment that she wasn't crediting the person that was writing the stuff, and now all of a sudden that's happening. And it's kind of interesting, isn't it? I think that it's unfortunate. I think she is going to have to figure out what it is that's going to keep her audience with her, or she's going to implode from within. It's, I mean, you can't treat people like shit and expect to get anything but shit back. You just can't. You can't. Hi, Liz Graham. She was her own worst enemy that night. She exposed her true colors came out big time. Yeah, they did. And it's unfortunate. I mean, it's fortunate for some people, but the problem is you still have people that unfortunately are over there with their blinders on, and it's very frustrating for those of us who are trying to help. You know, we're trying to help the people that have been hurt. Ilfa, I'm way too late. I just got here. It's my anniversary, so I won't stay. I will listen and go to the start. I'm interested. I hear you, Kim, and I want to hear from the beginning. Thank you for coming by, and thank you for messaging. And yes, that's fine. Feel free to take your time listening to it. Sally, it's just sad that people are left feeling that way because of her behavior. Sorry for all the affected and hurt. That's true. I mean, that's really what even started us talking about this at all, was the fact that there are so many hurt people. And I've been, ever since that Saturday, there's more and more people every day joining my Discord, and they're looking and they're reading. What?
Nana Patty.
I sent your Cricut back to you the same day you asked for it. The only reason it might have been delayed was because of pending surgery. Bailey, I've done nothing to you. I don't wear a mask. Well, Nana Patty, she obviously feels that you do, and we're not going to have that fight here. We all need love, not what she calls haters. She's the hater because she told on herself the last rant. Lori Beth says, love you, Nana Patty. Nana Patty, I don't think anybody wants to think bad of you. I myself did wonder why you wouldn't have sent it back. I'm very glad that you did. I think that was the right thing to do just because of the way everything went down. You know, if you and Bailey have an issue, that's quite honestly between the two of you. Bailey says at Nana Patty, I cleared your name. Do you wear a mask? You do wear a mask. However, I did explain you sent the Cricut back, which is a true statement. Nana Patty says, I can be attacked but can't defend myself. No, you can defend yourself. That's fine. You guys, I don't, this isn't a tit for tat. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, hey, how are you? Ilfa said. Everybody here can vouch for what I said. I said you sent it back. She did. Mm-hmm. She did say that. Just because she thinks you wear a mask, I mean, that's her opinion. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know, but you are certainly associated with somebody that a lot of people here have some very hard and hurt feelings about. And I mean,
I wear a mask. We have to wear a mask every time we go outside the door.
That's true. That's true. And I don't look the same, quite honestly. No. People can't see when I'm making a shitty face at them.
Yeah, and they can't see how much of a shave I need as well. I save so much on hair removal. I mean, I can just say that I've surrounded myself by lovely people, and Robin, you know, she's my level head.
Right.
I try.
Okay, so wait, because I don't want a back and forth fight here. So Nana Patty says false, I don't wear a mask. Okay, so she thinks you do, you say you don't. That's not for any of us to decide. That's between the two of you. If anybody else thinks you wear a mask and then you don't, that's also fine. People are entitled to their opinion. Melia B says, oh my God, hi Nana Patty, I love you too. I'm sure most people here do. Nana Patty is not Carolyn. Remember that, Lori Beth. That's true. Unfortunately, you know, and I've said this many times before too. You're gonna be judged by the people you are surrounding yourself with, and yes. And that doesn't mean that Nana Patty is a bad person because people think that she's around somebody who's a bad person, but it will cause you to be thought of in certain ways because of that. And that doesn't mean that doesn't change in the future. That doesn't mean that you know, people don't change their minds. It is just what it is.
As I was growing up, my dad always used to worry about me hanging around with my cousin, and this is my flesh and blood, because that side of the family didn't have such a good name. And he always used to say, you've got to be careful with who you hang around with, because you do end up getting tarred with the same brush. And that is true to a certain degree. And like I have said, yes, I was wrong, because I had a go at Kaz, and I have been big enough to see my fault, and I was big enough to come up and apologize to Kaz because of that. And that is really all we can say on it, is that, you know, if you hang around in a certain gang, if you hang around with alcoholics, you've got a good chance of becoming an alcoholic. You might get better from it, but you might go down that rabbit hole as well. And not everybody's the same. And I've said this time and time again. If we were all the same, life would be so boring. So, you know, people have their own views, and we have every right. It's, you know, we can speak freely, and, you know, let's not use this channel, this, you know, WhiteTiger's page as a battering rod.
Okay, hang on. I want to address these comments. Then don't allow either statement on your channel. I've never done anything but be nice to you, WhiteTiger. Nana Patty, this is a rant session. People are allowed to say whatever they're ranting about. It doesn't mean that what their feelings are the facts of the case. It just means that people are upset and they're ranting about what they're upset about. I'm not going to censor people because of that. Lisha says, Nana Patty, I wish you hadn't unfriended me. I've been very sad about it. I miss you. I will always have love for you. Judy, Nana Patty is a special lady to me. Bailey says, wait a minute, it jumped. God bless it. I hate it when this happens. Bailey says, I don't think she's a bad person at all. I think she's a beautiful soul. I think her judgment is just clouded by the community she's in. That's all. So let's clear that up then, okay? Bailey says, sorry if I misconstrued this. Gigi says, hi, Nana Patty. I love you forever. Sunflower Brown says, just sad feelings. Mrs. Roger Rabbit says, we aren't going back and forth in here. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and everyone has a right to express that opinion. That is correct. These are my rules. It's my channel. Liz, unless you piss off my mods, then I can't control them. Liz Graham, yes, I feel Sally Ann was put under the bus, and it was unacceptable being bullied by that panel. That's why I'm away from MR channel. Ilfa says, Nana Patty, I care about you very much. You are a sweet lady, and I thought there was a huge miscommunications between you and Bailey. I don't know the whole story, but I know there are two sides. Lori Beth, if we can speak freely, why not let Nana? Nobody's stopping her from saying anything. I'm just saying that we're not going to have a fight between the two of them. That is not what this is about. Lisha says, it's just like Carolyn and Scooter told rabid birds of a feather flock together. Judy, Nana Patty does not deserve anyone putting her down or making remarks. Janelle, oh, hi, Janelle. WhiteTiger Unplugged and Mrs. Roger Rabbit, hi, just got here, love everyone. Gigi says, hi, Liz Graham, long time no see. Let's see. Lisha says, Judy, my comments are not mean. Ivy Lynn, Nana Patty, I truly think the world of you. I wish there wasn't a divide, but in my opinion, I saw several times MRB not even greet you when you were the only one. It made me sick. Okay, so here's the thing, Nana Patty. People in here don't hate you. Nobody, you know, Bailey was getting something off of her chest. Yeah, you don't have to agree with her. I don't have to agree with her. None of us have to agree with her, but it's her thing. Her feelings are as valid as your feelings. And I just wanted to make it clear. I did not want you guys having a fight with each other here. That's not what this is about. If you want to say your piece and she wants to say her piece, which looks like it kind of happened, that's fine. This is not about fighting. This is, you know, people, there are some major hurt feelings, and unfortunately, like, you're not in my Discord. You're not seeing these hurt feelings that I'm seeing, and these people going, can you please clear this up? Can you please say something for us? Can you please do this? I get private messages from people who are afraid to post in my general chat in my private Discord because of the bullshit that's going on here. So yes, if we want to vent about this here, we're going to do that. And everybody has a right to their feelings, and everybody has a right to say their piece, as long as we're not hateful to each other. Bailey says, all I wanted to clear was her name. I literally don't want to fight. I came up here to say that I thought she was being a certain way behind my back, so I wanted it back, and she sent it back. Right. So I don't really think that's an issue. Hi, Heather.
I mean, that day when this all, I mean, and like a lot of you would have known that has watched me on Carolyn's channel, you all know my mental health state, because I was very open and, you know, freely spoke about what has happened to me in the past and everything. And I will say one thing, you know, there's good people there that I thought might have had my back, or at least try to stand up for me, or even try and calm the situation down, who Carolyn didn't know that after that battering I wasn't going to go and try and attempt to kill myself for the 4th time of my life. She knew I'd had 3 suicide attempts. So what gave her the right? What gave her the right to bombard me and be so vile, vindictive and nasty and lie when she knew how sensitive I can be and me grow a thick skin? She needs to learn her own lesson.
Yeah.
All of you over there need to learn your own lesson.
Well, right, she told you to ignore comments, but she doesn't ignore comments.
Exactly.
She couldn't ignore the comments in your video.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know,
I can't believe that everybody just stood there and did nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
and I'm putting
I was the only one that went there and defended Sally Ann. Everybody just sat there and was either mean or silent.
Yeah. So I mean,
And that's
I defy any of them.
Doing nothing about it.
Okay.
I defy any of them to come. And you know, even Carolyn, you know, she always says, "Come up and speak." Well, I did come up and speak that day. Yeah. She had no right to do that to me, no right whatsoever, and she's lucky she got away with it like she did, because going like that at somebody you don't know what you're doing, you don't know, you can't have an understanding of people's feelings when you can go at people, not only me but everybody else in the past as well. We are not all bad. We can't be. Not all of us. I might be a bitch, but you know.
Oh, I definitely fall into that category.
But you have taught me to grow a thicker skin, and I wouldn't let, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't let a small-minded person like that put me under. So just know that you'd never do that to me, Carolyn. Never.
Well, you can't tell people to grow a thick skin when you don't have one of your own. It does not make any sense to me whatsoever. Heather, did you want to say something?
Love you, Heather.
I love y'all.
We all love you.
I'm sorry. I was doing fine until all that was selling in at the end. I can't tell y'all how hard this has been to watch. I tried for so long to be neutral and listen and know things didn't feel right, and I didn't speak up, and I kept hanging in there, and I kept trying, and I just wanted to be a peacemaker and just somehow make this crazy world of YouTube, you know, a good community, as to call it, and the right way. And I made mistakes and I hurt people's feelings, or I didn't do something right. You know, I hate that. But when all this happened that day, it was so crazy. And just I can't even now. I don't even have words. It was a shock and such a. But after even y'all have all discussed exactly what happened and how I feel. I'd stand by it completely. But what bothers me about it all, at the end of the day, these are human beings' feelings, and they have lots of things going on in our world besides the channels. We all know that. We all have issues in life and kids and their craziness. And I run over a deer / moose. I mean, there are things that go on. And, we come there for peace and to meet people and maybe vent about our terrible day. And you lean on somebody that's losing a loved one and you lift them up. And that's what it's supposed to be. And I know I live in this fantasy bubble that I want it all to be kumbaya, and it's not. But when you go at so many people, such a hurtful way some of the times, if you don't lean out and care and worry about what happens. There are 2 people in that community that I know that were so close to the edge of killing themselves. It's not even funny. I can't stand to listen to that. I can't know that somebody, you don't know what they might be going through. And just one little comment, one little push over the edge. Yeah, we all need thick skin. Obviously, we did. But at the end of the day, it all hurts. And how you react to that hurt is how the person you are deep down inside. And if my friends come to me and they tell me, well, such and such said something about you, and I don't go repeat it. But if they come and tell me that person is really in bad state, they are really mentally and physically in a bad condition, I would probably go over there and just say, hey, are you all right? You don't turn your back on people and you don't lie on them and then accuse everybody of telling lies. And I can't take just watching this destroy, and I get brought in the middle and pick a side, and they're all lying and slandering my name and trying to destroy the community. That was not what was happening. I knew damn well that day in the video when I was in the chat with Sally Anna, I was reaching out to somebody that didn't feel like they had a voice. I wanted them to come on the panel because there was less people there. She wouldn't be as intimidated to speak out and just say hi than she would be on a bigger channel. And that got twisted. And then Bailey's trying to film going to take the cricket and in line. And then she's at the dollar store. And then all of a sudden on her own, she decides to buy some stuff for a homeless man and takes it to him. And it's security wise. She's like, y'all stay on here. And that got misconstrued, that was all made up and that this was the conspiracy to come at them and to save Robbie. And hell, Sally Ann and Bailey didn't even know who the hell they were. Right. They had no idea about all that past stuff. And I didn't really, know it. I watched a lot of it before I ever joined the channel, and I knew there was some shady stuff about other people, but the more I learned, some of that just seemed to be from the drama channel, and they're good people there too, I'm sure. But if you swim in mess, you get dirty, and when you come out of that, and then you wonder why these people treated that channel like that, then I have to say that maybe some of the stories don't add up, because you can't keep being the only victim that always happens to you. Stand up for the truth and just say, you know what, like that night I kept saying, y'all, I can't even remember what I said. Whatever I said, if I said it, I own it. I own what I do wrong. You have to. We make mistakes. We're human beings. But you don't have a platform that is just made all about you to be miserable every day. And it was so hard. Those are good people. And I watched the whole community. I kept saying, where are these people? Where'd they go? And I kept wondering, as I called them, the old ramblers, and they were gone and they weren't coming back. And then I get email after email of people wondering, if I'm okay and where am I coming back or what's going on? And I just feel bad. I just want y'all to know I'm here and I'm sorry all this ever happened. Like I said that day to Sally, and I wish I could go back, and I'd never called in, but I think things happen for a reason. And but again, it's not to chastise everybody that stayed or that picked the side over there and you're wrong. And, I hurt for them because I just don't understand how I don't know. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I don't.
My whole day was nothing but a bunch of cussing and for different reasons. But, you guys all know that there's people in my Discord that are begging me to clear up some things that are being misconstrued. That they can't even post in my general chat because they're afraid. They're afraid that there's somebody in there gonna take their shit back over there and go, oh, so and so's in here. They're talking about you. Look at this. Ooh,
Did you see the one lady that said that she barely was a subscriber long and left? And when she did, somebody in the group came after her Facebook after I think a Facebook, I'm not sure, a family member looked up like, this is not drama channel. You don't dox people. Like, I don't get that. I never even knew what all that meant until one night, and unfortunately I stayed on the Zoom and we went over there and I was like, what in the world? These women are cussing each other. Okay, that's fine. And I'm not judging them. I'm not. I'm just saying, these are human beings, regardless where you are and what kind of status, or it's not to destroy somebody. I mean, you don't go after somebody's family and their loved ones. I don't want to go after Carolyn. I don't want to go after her love. There were times I adored her. I know she thinks I didn't, but I did. I cared about her. Wouldn't have been there. I hate all this is happening. I hate that anything is going wrong. It all should be, positive. It should have been, about, I came on to make her laugh and open balls and get her mind off her son and, innocent things. It's not meant to be made to be, where people are so scared that they can't even speak.
No, it shouldn't be that way. Right.
I mean,
it shouldn't be that
threatened. Way. And then I question things, and there was just little things I questioned. And then when I go and I see things black and white, you can't keep dismissing how someone feels. You can't tell them they're wrong. People reached out and they say, I knew J-Bells, or I tried to tell her, and she wouldn't listen, she wouldn't respond. And I don't know what I'm trying to say. I really don't want to say anything. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want anybody. It breaks my heart for Nana Patty. It breaks my heart for Bailey. It breaks my heart for Sally Ann. It was just all so innocent and organic, and the whole cricket thing that day was so beautiful. It was so great. And for that moment, and I just remember that gut punch when Carolyn got in the car and just had a fit about, the super chat and what a disaster. And I just thought, oh my God, that moment. There was just like a dead silence. I could just feel it across the community. It's just like, oh, holy heck.
Right.
Whether she meant that ugly or not, I'm sure she didn't at the end of the day. But dang, it's the way it comes across. And you have to say you're sorry. You got to tell people, and that's not how I meant it.
Well, don't you think though? And maybe this is part of the problem. And I don't know why she's decided to do this, but she used to have a time, and she was on from this to this basically in the middle of the night. Of course, when most people were sleeping, and then the people that don't sleep, they could get up there on her live, and you kept them occupied and everything while they weren't sleeping. But it's like, then we had the marathon thing, and then it's like everything went to shit. Now the marathon thing could have turned into a really positive thing, right? It had people that didn't normally come up feeling more comfortable to come up because they saw these other new people getting up there and talking, and everything was fine and nobody was getting attacked, and and then it kind of that happened, and then everybody kind of lost their way. Like she lost her way about the time or when she should go live, and then it almost seemed like kind of people who have cameras, they go on these reality shows and they have cameras in their house all the time, and you kind of forget the cameras are there, right? And we might be nice people, but we're not nice 100% of the time, right? So if you're not willing to have your bad side showing out there, you got to be on your A game. It's kind of like if you're a softball player and you're having a really bad day, you kind of don't want to go out on the field and ruin it for your team, right? If you're having a bad day and you're a YouTuber, going on YouTube is probably not the best choice to make if you're not going to be showing the best side of you, because people are expecting to see that best side of you, right?
Right.
And then they don't know what to do when, like what happened with that incident that was so organic and it was great, and then all of a sudden it was like, Lisa was so excited to tell what happened, and then there was a moment when Lisa's really excited, and then all of a sudden, you know, Carolyn made a comment, and then everything just dropped. And it was like, that was it. It was over. The great feeling that the community have, it just deflated and was gone, whether it was meant or not, you know. But why did she feel the need to be live and on camera when she came right out of the doctor's office? Because maybe that wasn't a good doctor's visit, you know.
Right.
I think that could play a part in this. I don't know, but she's hurting people, and there are people hurt. There are lots of people hurt. There was this sweeping kick out of Slack. You cannot state it any other way. She can say, oh, there was this maintenance thing. Now, come on. Everybody knows that's bullshit, right? I mean, Discord does maintenance all the time, and it's all the way across the board. It's not, you know, these 5 servers and then these 10 servers. No, it's everybody, and it's shut down for an hour or two, and then it's back up. Okay? Like, no, we all got booted. I got booted out with you guys, and I don't even know what part I played in that. If she would have booted me out because I made a comment on Kaz's video when she made it, I would have completely understood that, right? But I got booted out with you all over this whole incident with Sally Ann. And I was like,
Sally Ann.
but I didn't. That's the thing. I didn't do anything, and I was like, what the freak?
I know.
Well,
Just because you know about that.
Much of a threat? Am I that much of a threat?
I think, you know, again, like you say, I think when things go wrong, no matter what, you have to confront the problem and just calmly somehow. The hardest thing I think as I get older is waiting and just not reacting in that moment. And I think the biggest mistake that day would have just been if she'd reached out and called the 3 of us and we'd had a conversation and explained it. But I felt very blindsided that you're going to go live and be that upset and not reach out to us, because if I'd slept through it, I would have never even been able to say, you know, anything, or Sally Ann wouldn't have been able to get on, or even though it didn't really matter. I'm just saying it really felt, I can't even, I have nothing compared to what Sally Ann went through, because I have not been able to watch it. I can't go back. I can't even look at the comments. But I just know that I think, oh my God, how much she had to take before I even got on there. And then I think you didn't even let people watch, you know, the video we were on, and then it gets deleted. So there's no proof that, you know, we were telling a story. But either way, and then to find out you were so upset about all this other J-Bells and stuff that's going on behind the scenes that you didn't tell anybody, that was really might have set her off. So we kind of I felt like got even more backlash than she probably would have been. It just seemed like it was made more worse by all that. You know?
I think, well, unfortunately,
you know,
unfortunately, she's not being 100% truthful about the whole J-Bells thing.
And see, I don't understand, you know, why just not tell everything? You know, if you're going to be transparent, you with the camera on all the time, you can't take people down and watch them destroy their lives. I mean, I'm not saying she's done that to them. You choose your own thing. You know, I have to own my own. If I'm mentally, physically, whatever. But when you bash people and you make them out to be these horrible people that were such liars and traitors, and you know, that we're trying to destroy this community, and you know, then you got to own your crap. You know, you got to own your mistakes and tell the truth. You know, tell what it is. It doesn't.
Well, you can't sit there and attack you and attack Dreamy. Well, I mean, they did. They were attacking till you guys got on, and then what they horrendously did to Sally Ann, right? And then not expect some repercussion from that, right? I mean, so what happened? Right? People started talking to each other. People started, you know, well, a group of us were kicked out, okay, of Slack, right? And then it's, okay, how do we find our way to find out if people are okay, right? I was worried about dreaming, okay? I mean, Heather, you know, the first thing I asked you about was that. As soon as you contacted me, I was like, is dreaming okay? You know, because I was really worried about dreaming. And at the same time that this is going on, I have, you know, Kaz and Lisa trying to deal with the J-Bells thing, okay? So we're trying to figure out how they want to go about dealing with that problem. and you know, Carolyn's in the middle of that problem too, right? So it's like, okay, they want to go out and say, okay, lies are being told about us and we want to clear that up and we want to provide the proof, but we don't want to get you in trouble, right? But we want to do it on your channel because, you know, we want to feel safe and we know that you're not going to put up with anything, right? So then we decide that we were going to let them put everything in Discord. And here's the thing, right? Like, we were so transparent that Lisa, like, just sent me an email full of all these messages, right? And I asked her, is there anything in here that, you know, like, we can't, like, you know, a phone number or something, like, you know, that I need to take out? No. And so I said, okay, are you sure you want me to just throw this all up there? Yes. And then we find out there's an address in there, right? Yeah. So then I have to go and I have to pull it down and I have to edit. Like, that's how transparent we were being, right? Because they wanted people to understand that we're speaking the truth, because they knew that people just blindly follow, right? And to try to make people understand that the lies about them were not true. I mean, you know, they were just like, here, put this up, right? If you don't want people talking about those things, first of all, don't lie about them. Second of all, don't leave a written trail that backs up what they're saying. I don't understand how she thought that she was gonna give a tirade onto Sally Ann and you and Dreaming, kick everybody out of Slack, and then everything was going to be hunky-dory for her. I mean, I've never seen this happen before, where everybody that got booted out decided to talk to each other and find out what was going on. And then, you know, we've turned it into, you know, yes, we have separate channels, but we're all intermingling amongst each other, because yes, it's okay to do that. It really is. Like, I don't have to worry about people going to Sally Ann's channel, and Sally Ann doesn't have to worry about them coming to my channel, because we're not turning anybody against each other. Right? It's okay. You can watch her and me, and you can watch Casbat and Lisa too. It's okay. You can watch 20 people for all I care. Nobody should care about that, right? If people don't make it to your live when you're live, it's fine. They'll watch it on the rewind if they want to, you know, hear what you're, you know, spouting off about, or whatever you're making, or whatever it is. If they don't want to watch you, they're not going to watch you. There's nothing. I mean, you can't force that. You can't go, oh, Sally is trying to steal my subs, or, oh, Heather's making a channel, and oh my God, you know, like, you can't do that. That's not the way this should be. Everybody should be able to be friends with each other. Everybody should be able to get along with each other. Everybody should be truthful with each other. Hell, we're all, you know, middle-aged women here for the most part. You can't sit there and get to this age and still act like you're, you know, 12. It's ridiculous.
That's what I was going to say. This is worse than, you know, I can't even say high school. I don't even know that we act like this in elementary. You know, it's one thing if we were going somewhere and just absolutely, you know, being nasty about, you know, her or something, you know, that's one thing you could be upset about, you know, hurt my feelings if I thought you're my friend, whatever. But these are people that really believed when she said whatever. I believed it, you know, I believed it. You know, she'd give a vague hint about a channel, and, you know, I would try and go find out what she was talking about. You know, what's wrong? Because I believed it, you know. Right. Sometimes I never even went. And that's the thing now. All these new people have no idea, because they believe. We know they're trying to destroy our community. We're not going to let them, because you feel so protected, you know. I cared about Scooter. I cared about Nana K. I cared about Lisa D. You know, I couldn't sit there and everybody else that got on the panel, I'd sit there and think, oh my gosh, you know, she's kind of a really, really sweetheart. I hope, you know,
right.
When she comes on one day and they don't speak to her at all, you know, and then they make that bashing video and they're all on there. Yeah, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm thinking, what does that mean? What does that mean? I didn't get that. I thought, now you're speaking to everybody. That's nice, because there's a lot of times you don't. So I'm glad you're doing that. Oh, but that's to make fun of Sally Ann and the English people. Like, what? But then we denied that. And then it's like, come on now. You're grown women. You know that was wrong. I condemn everyone that sat there and did that. You had to know that wasn't right. You're rallying the troops like it's a war. Who does that?
Well, right. One moment you're part of the community, and the next moment, you're the devil, right, in disguise.
Yeah.
Like that transition doesn't happen that quickly.
It's just not normal. It's not, I don't know anywhere in my life, even family members, people that are close to me that have done me wrong. I just don't do that way. I don't behave that way. It's just not normal. It's not right. And again, I don't want this to come across. I'm trying to judge anybody in particular. It's just at the end of the day, when you go to bed, you have to know what's right or wrong. And when you have that feeling something isn't right, you've got to listen to it. I don't care about me or whoever,
Well, here's the thing. If you're extra cautious, right? Ask people close to me, Mrs. Roger Rabbit and Eminem Mama. Like, I don't trust anybody. I really don't. I'm skeptical of everybody. I mean, I'm willing to give people, opportunity. But here's the thing. If you started saying something, or tirading, I mean, would I kick you out? Absolutely. I would just right off of here. I'd mute you. Like, here's the thing. That's another thing I never did understand. So it's your channel. You're in charge, right? You're the one that controls what happens on your channel. If your chat attacks your people on panel, that's on you, right? You control that. If your mods are not allowed to block people because, you want to have that authority because, no. Your mod should be able to block people. Timing out some people, no. It doesn't work. You can tell when they come in. No, this is not somebody I can time out and they're going to behave. Mr. Shannon and I, you could time out. You could time out and he'd behave. I mean, listen. He was at one time. He acted up on my channel. I blocked him, and then I unblocked him at the beginning of the year because I thought, okay, we'll start off a new year. He's not like he's a lot of trouble. He just, wasn't conforming, right? Because he was trying to take everything him and somebody else, they were having this whole other conversation when we were trying to talk about something. And people pretty much now know that, yeah, I mean that. And my mods, don't piss them off, because if they block you, that's on them. That's not, it's not on me. They're not going to go blocking people just because they feel like it. But, I trust my mods. That's why they're my mods, right? They're going to keep us on panel safe. That's what they're there for. And quite honestly, I don't just mod people. The people who are my mods, they're my friends, right? I trust them with my channel to make sure that we're safe, so that if I'm gaming and I can't see the chat, I know that, they're going to keep everything in line and get rid of the people that don't need to be here. When it's on panel, I have to control that because of the way this is set up. But yeah, would I mute somebody because I actually told them the night that Lisa and Kaz came on that Saturday night and wanted to get, their stuff off their chest. I told them, I said, here's the thing. If anybody wants to come on and they start tirading some kind of craziness, I'm just going to hit the mute button and we can watch them waving their hands and their mouth moving and nobody's going to hear nothing. Because that's how you control your channel, right? You have to keep some sort of peace. You can't just let people start fighting with each other. That's, yeah, okay, maybe it gets you some views, and maybe, it might get you a couple super chats for people who don't like one or the other person. But is it worth what it's going to end up doing to your channel in the long run? And people go, well, why is she letting that go on? Why, I mean, even the drama channels have some sort of decorum in their fighting with each other on the live, right? Or they take their turns one-on-one, or, but they all have their own form of rules that you have to adhere to, or boom, they kick you off.
But didn't you always hear that there was this thing behind the scenes that, they quote flying monkeys, that would go after people? And, I remember joking about it, I didn't know it really existed. I didn't know there was a special place, and, for a special group that would talk about people and go after, like who?
Yeah, I know who does that, right?
Right, though. I don't care what they say. You can't justify that.
No,
There's
you
nothing.
can't.
You can't say even.
No, you have you. Well, I mean, you're in my Discord. You know what's going on in there.
That's
Okay,
what I
so
mean.
there's a mod group. There's a secret group for collecting information on people. There's probably another group for who's going to what lives, and oh my God, they're going to that drama. Okay, well, here's the thing. Red alert, red alert. Scooter loves drama. She doesn't get yelled at for going to other drama channels, but other people who are in the community do. They get called out for it. Ridiculous. There's the double standard, right? You can't.
It's funny though, like that went off on her attacking us that day. Funny how she's not been up here now trying to defend herself. If she's so right, why isn't she come up? I'd love her to come up. I'd love her to come up. So
well, first of all, I've been told she hates StreamYard. She hates Discord. Second of all, my channel is probably too small for her to grace me with her presence, right? I could give two shits.
You tell her.
Well, I mean, really, come on. The best way for a big YouTuber to refill her subs that are actually, coming to her lives is to go to any channels and interact with people and have positive interaction, right? Maybe they're gonna like you, and then they're gonna look you up, and then they go, oh yeah, I like true crime, I like crafts, I like this, I like that, I like drama channel, whatever. They might come watch you. I mean, come on, let's face it, that's why most creators actually interact in other people's chats. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's it just happens. It's just the way it is.
She wants to be in total control all the time, so she won't ever go to anybody's chat.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
She's been on somebody's live before?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, wow.
There's clip channels that have clips of it out there. Yes, it's always drama channels.
It's a shame she can't come up here if any of her little fly monkeys are out there listening. Take her back the message. No, let's have it out on neutral ground.
Her strategy of calling everyone else a liar and rally Kool-Aid drinkers to the fight enemy has worked for her thus far. Ilfa says Nana Patty was here. The rest of them are here too, listening and cannot. Yeah. Of course they are. There's 81 people here. You can't tell me that some of her people are there. There's some drama people here too. They're probably gonna, make some clips or whatever. I don't know. It's fine. The whole point of this is that the rest of us, all of us who have come together, right, are going to end up being better because of all this. Because we were able to compare notes and talk to each other about our experiences and support each other. And, some people are finding people that they've been missing for a while because it's the people, right? It's really about the people. It's not about the YouTube creator that caused these people to get together. It's those interpersonal relationships. This is the part that's hurting, right? And when you think really highly of somebody and they disappoint you as badly as this disappointment is, everybody gets hurt and everybody has hurt feelings and everybody deserves to be heard and everybody deserves to have support and everybody deserves to be told, yes, your feelings are valid. I don't have to agree with them, but they're valid, right? And that's something that I quite honestly have not seen offered very much in that community. Ilfa says, please call in. I want to hear from her. She doesn't talk about it on her channel. I want her to call in. Please, please, please call in. Yeah, it won't happen.
Gigi, I see you, sweet angel. I've been wanting to reach out to you. I'm not crying anymore, I promise.
Those are happy tears.
They're happy
She's
tears.
clarifying those are happy
Yes,
tears.
there's so many here. I can see you all. And I have been. Oh,
Oh my goodness! I hope Nana Patty wasn't here for that. That would change my view of her and would hate that. No, Nana Patty was here in the chat, but she didn't. I mean, she didn't do anything wrong or bad. I don't know what that comment kind of meant. I've been out for a very long time, except for a quick hi once in a while. Sorry, the J Bills thing happened. Yeah, Janelle, you have been gone for a while. I'm so glad this has aired, as it seems she got away scot-free from the night after being do abusive enough rope, and we know what happens things for this tonight. Well, okay, so it just kind of, sometimes when you do YouTube, it just kind of happens. I wanted to do a rant. I probably would have wanted to do a rant had the people in Discord not propelled me to do it anyway because of what happened at work. I have always felt that YouTube is a double-edged sword. So there are very good things that can come out of it. There are very bad things that can come out of it. I honestly view YouTube as a hobby. It's one of my hobbies. And for me, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy. I want to share the things that I enjoy and have fun. And I'm a very opinionated, strong-willed female who, I could sit here and talk to myself or just Eminem Mama for 2 hours and nobody watch me, and I would still make, I would still do the lives, and people could go back and listen later. I mean, if nothing else, I'll embarrass my kids when I'm dead and gone. They'll be able to come back and show the great grandkids of whatever, these, oh, look at your crazy, okay, that's fine. I mean, my daughter, she's so funny. She finally has gotten to the point where she will tell some of her friends, oh yeah, my mom has a YouTube channel. And so they all think I'm funny. My daughter doesn't think I'm funny, but seems like her friends think I'm funny, which is fine. But YouTube is not supposed to be this hate fest. I mean, I guess if you're a drama channel, then call yourself a drama channel and dive right in with the drama channels, because that clearly marks you as, we're shit disturbers. We want to cause problems. We want to have fights, and that will clearly, keep people away who don't want that kind of stuff. But if you're going to say, oh, well, we don't have drama. No, at some point or another, every channel has a little bit of drama, if nothing else on there. Because drama happens in our life.
I've had mine, I think, for this year.
Yeah.
Can I not have any more? I've only just started.
You got a long way to go for the rest of the year. Saying.
Oh, this is probably all going to come back and bite me on the bum tomorrow, just because I've got a day off YouTube.
Well, maybe you'll get some subs. I don't know. Maybe you'll get some subs off of it. I don't know. You just never know. Liz Stewart, Nana Patty just had surgery, didn't she? Yeah, I think that was a couple weeks ago. Somebody else can correct me if I'm wrong.
And sorry, but she's such a good friend. The other night, she left Nana Patty looking after the whole channel while she was out on a drive with Jimmy and one of the kids. And I could see that Nana Patty was knackered and was in pain. But did she give a... No, she didn't. As long as somebody's there to keep her little show going. Yeah, so that's a great... Nana Patty, if you're still listening, I saw that and I thought, what a great friend she is to you to do that, to put that on you. And you'll probably say, I didn't mind doing it. You'd only just come out of major surgery. Come on. Where is the thing where you go, I've been taken for a fool? Really? I would never take any of the guys and girls that, that were... I would never, if they... I mean... I had it. Robin has been poorly, and Bailey's been having. I said to him, "Take the night off." We took the night off. I shut the whole thing. We didn't go on because two of my mods were poorly, and they only had a migraine and only had an ear infection.
But she wouldn't hear of it. She made us.
Well,
yeah.
You don't have to be on every night. I'm not on every day. I can't. I have a life. I have a family. I have a household, and I have a job. I mean, I don't want to, and I'll tell you, there was a long period of time I took a break from doing YouTube, and it really is because where I'm sitting here now at my desk is also where I work all day. So, you know, sitting here and wanting to do YouTube after sitting here and doing my work all day, no, it's not really, you know, what I want to do. If I feel like doing it, yeah. Now that, you know, everything is kind of really great as far as like Kaz and Lisa and everything, and yeah, I'm back into the Friday night thing I used to do, and we're kind of feeding into each other's lives. That's great. That's what we've always wanted to do. But unfortunately, for a period of time here, we had J-Bells interfering with all that, and we just didn't know, you know, what a catastrophic catastrophe that was. And then to go straight out of that into what happened with you guys, it was just ridiculous. How many times do you have to have these huge dramas before you just realize, okay, maybe I play a part in this, and maybe I need to step back and I need to fix something on my channel if this is not where I want to take my channel, right? I mean, if you want to be drama, that's fine. Say your drama. You know, if you want to be drama sometimes, then fine. Say your drama sometimes. You know, me, I don't say what I am, because I just do what I do. Sometimes it's diamond painting. Sometimes I do a rant. Sometimes I play, you know, World of Warcraft. Sometimes I just, you know, well, it's true crime. Sometimes I just, you know, have something I want to talk about or whatever. Somebody asked me to do a live about something, and then I do that. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to put yourself into this corner and go, okay, this is what I am. You don't have to. But when you say that you're this and you don't allow drama, you're kind of not being truthful, because there's going to be drama. I mean, trolls are going to come in and cause even a minuscule amount of drama at some point, because that's what they do.
Do you think that for those that aren't in the receipts, is there anything that you think you should share that maybe has been misleading that you've heard of on your end, maybe from the J Bells to just
Okay, so one of the okay, there's yes.
and
Okay,
maybe
I will address that. So one of the things is that I have heard that the people from the UK are the ones not wanting to prosecute. That is not true. That is not a true statement. Everybody in the UK that I'm aware of have created cases and contacted the authorities, and they have case numbers, and they were forced, I'm not really forced, but they felt forced to provide them to Carolyn, and they asked Carolyn for her case number with the FBI, and they have yet to be provided with it. There is proof for two of the people in the receipts channel that this proof was provided to Carolyn by at least one person. I know the date was like the 29th or the 30th of December. Okay. So actually, I think people more think that Carolyn has not gone to the authorities yet. I am not going to say publicly why that is possible, because I don't know what could come out of that. And there's also
allegedly, just say allegedly. That's what they do.
no, I'm just not. I'm just
That's
not.
what I mean. Allegedly for this week.
I'm just not. I mean,
Right,
if
I
people go
understand.
in there, and read it, they can make their own decisions. I mean, it's pretty clear cut. You can see that the message is from the authorities, and that it was forwarded to Carolyn. Everybody would recognize the email address used to send it to her. Somebody wanted me to bring up Random Guy Jeff, so I guess I will, since you wanted to have this. So the night that Kaz and Lisa came on and wanted to kind of air the truth about things that have been, said about them, and just kind of air the whole truth about the J-Bells thing, and then back it up with the receipts. Niece came on the live and told us about money that random guy Jeff had owed to Carolyn, and that Carolyn had asked random guy's Jeff girlfriend to repay it after he died. That email was given to us, and it is in the receipts. And then that while the live was going on, niece was quite attacked in messages. It was uncalled for. I mean, it's unfortunate that what she said is true and that the proof is there. It does show character, if you want my opinion on that. It's sad, and it made us all so sick that, we were like, okay, we're done with the live, because I don't know how low you have to go to be utterly disgusting. But for somebody who was supposed to be so close to him and so upset by his death, it's just appalling. There have been, and I heard it said on one of her lives, so I know she said this. This isn't just, somebody told me, whatever, that she's suspicious of Sean. The reason she is suspicious of Sean is because Kaz and Lisa and I have been talking to Sean. Sean is in my Discord. And I personally spoke to Sean before we had that live. And she verified everything that I had been told. She also has provided backup, a lot of backup. She's finally, I think, gotten to the point where she's fed up with how she's been treated. And she has also posted messages and backup to the things that she has said. One of the things that I think this should lead anyone to think about, I don't care if you're on her side or not, is this. If so many people are lying, who's telling the truth? If so many people are lying, who's telling the truth? The common denominator in every drama that's happened, in everything that's happened, in every outburst that's happened, in every great judge of character that has turned out not to be a judge of character, is one person. Mm-hmm. So at some point in time, everybody has to realize that some of this has got to fall on her. Mm-hmm. Everybody can't be lying about all of this. And for those people that have been in my Discord and seen the receipts, and yes, there are people from her side who we know went in there and took everything that was in there and took it back to all of them. So I guarantee you they all have the information, except for the most recent stuff that was put in there. I just think you got to ask yourself, at what point do you wake up and smell the coffee burning on the stove? I mean, only so many things can be lies. I mean, we all have jobs. Kaz and Lisa and Sean and I, we all have jobs. So we don't have time to like concoct whatever they think, might be concocted. So at some point, somebody has to lay some of this blame at the feet of the person that is the common denominator in all this. The night that the whole Sally Ann thing happened and she said she was vomiting while she was supposedly watching the video, we cannot figure out how she had enough time to even watch the video, because she was boom, 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 31 messages like, like a minute a piece, maybe 30 seconds a piece. Boom, 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 to Lisa. And it wasn't even like, Lisa, oh my gosh, did you see that? Like, it wasn't about Sally's video at all. It was about, how can you be friends with Kaz? Like, it wasn't even pissed off at you, right? How can you be friends with Kaz? What the heck? You know, and I'm thinking to myself, really? Like, when Lisa showed me this, I looked at her and I said, how did she have time to vomit in the middle of all this? How did she have time to watch the video? And Lisa was like, I don't know, but I've never been able to vomit and text at the same time. And I said, God, it would end up in the toilet if it was, you know, like, there's no way.
She even contradicted herself too in the live. I don't know if you noticed, but she's like, you know, I watched the whole video and blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, I couldn't even make it through, you know.
Right. Well, you can't even watch it on 2 times and have gotten through all that live in the amount of time that she gave herself.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the only thing that would finish the timeline off is whatever messages she sent to, you know, her mods or cronies or whoever that she, you know, was gathering up. Hey, I'm going to go live. I mean, come on. Even I would do that. I would be like, you guys, I'm going to go live. I need you to watch the chat because shit's going to hit the fan. Right. I mean, that's why I tell my mods when I'm going live, in case shit, like tonight, I'm like, okay, guys, I feel a rant coming on. Be ready. And, you know, then they're like, okay, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll try to be there. I can't be there, whatever. So I know, you know, how much I have to watch for banning people in chat. It's really sad. There's a lot of things. There's just a lot of things. Those are just a few of them. And just the stories that are coming out. There are people that were in there trying to, I mean, from the get-go, from like when she started the channel. And then there's people saying, well, she's been doing this for 12. No, she hasn't been doing this for 12 years. No, she hasn't. I don't know when she actually made her channel, but she hasn't actually been focusing on it for 12 years. No, that's like when she started her blog. That's how long she's been doing this online stuff, you know, because she even told us very early on. I mean, I think she started in the fall previous to when I started watching, and I started watching in the month of May, okay, the year that I started watching. And she said, you know, what happened was her blog, you know, she couldn't upload this video to her blog that she made. There was some kind of problem with the host. And so she decided to upload it to YouTube. And like, that's how her YouTube channel really started. And it exploded because of Chris Watts. And now here we are. And now here we are trying to pick up the pieces of this wonderful community that, you know, she's kind of shat on. And people are hurt, and quite honestly, people have a right to be hurt. The things that have happened are not, they're not okay. They're not nice, and they're not okay.
Well, there's one good thing that came out of all this, though. It showed you who, you know, the integrity of some people. True. And it pushed like me and Sally Ann and Bailey even more together than we were before.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like, right. I still don't know you that well, WhiteTiger, but you know, the support that you and Eminem Mama and everybody on this channel and Casbat and everything is showing everybody else, and everybody supporting, you know, each other's channels, and that's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, right. You shouldn't feel threatened by, you know, showing support for somebody else. I mean, a lot of times you know, you go live and I'm working, so I'm just like, okay, I'm here, I'm working and listening. And, you know I don't see people saying hi to me most of the time. Because a lot of people, they try to tag me, but they put a space between White and Tiger, and there's no space between White and Tiger. So it doesn't come up orange and I don't see it. But, you know, I mean, yeah, we should be supporting each other, because what happened was terrible. And we have people on both of our channels that, you know, are a fallout from this, and everybody needs support. Everybody needs support. As Lisa calls Eminem Mama, she's like my comfort blanket, right? Like everybody kind of needs that. Everybody kind of needs that, and everybody should feel safe to talk to each other and say, "Oh my God, Sally, I can't believe you said that about me last night. What the hell?" I mean,
Yeah.
you know, come on. You can do stuff like that, and it's okay, but you have to do it in a certain way. You can't say, you can't be passive aggressive and say, "Oh, well, I'm sarcastic." I am sarcastic as hell. I really am. And yet I don't have people getting mad at me because, you know, they feel hurt because I've been sarcastic with them. You just, like, you can't use that as a blanket excuse.
Yeah.
Janelle, I usually go live. Well, I've been doing it on Fridays. I've been trying to, you know, but of course there will be Fridays where I won't be able to do it. But it's always like after work, unless it's on the weekend. And that, like, Saturday would only be if my husband was working and stuff like that. So it's just kind of, you know, whenever I feel like it. I've been trying to schedule them so people will see, you know, so if you kind of keep an eye on the channel, you usually be able to see that you can set a reminder. But yeah. Well, it is past my bedtime, but I really appreciate everybody coming, and I really appreciate you guys coming up and supporting us. And, you know, I do know that venting about things helps. I mean, we're females. It does help to just get it out. And Trish B, wasn't it like 31 texts in like 25 minutes? Probably something close to that, yes. And you guys are always welcome. Everybody is welcome on my channel as long as they can behave. I've always said that. You know, obviously the trolls get booted right away, but you know, this is not, in my eyes, it's not an us and them thing, right? There's going to be more Fallout people eventually. This is not the first time we've seen it happen. It will not be the last time it happens. I don't wish any will to anybody. I mean, to me, the creator is responsible for what happens on her channel. The fact that you guys got attacked on her channel is her fault. She could have reined that in and controlled it, and she didn't. So I want everybody to understand everybody's welcome in my Discord. All you have to do is be nice and behave, right? Like, that's really all I ever ask. You know, be kind. It doesn't cost anything. And that goes a long way, right? The golden rule. If everybody in the world, you know, obeyed the golden rule, treat others like you want to be treated, like, we would live in a whole different society. But we don't. So, as much as I hate to say this, you kind of have to. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the likes, please, on the way out. This all helps get us spread out so we can get bigger. And yes, of course, everybody's goal is always to get monetized, not necessarily because you make any money, but there are certain perks. If you have problems with your channel and stuff, you actually have somebody you can email and all those kinds of things. So those are always nice to have available if something should happen. Heather, Robin Swan, Sally Ann, Bailey, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, Eminem Mama, all my mods, even you, Mr. Shannonite. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming on panel. You guys are always welcome. And I will probably be scheduling my Friday live probably tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I did get my birthday present a day early, my new mic.
Well,
So
Everyone
hopefully,
say happy birthday a day
hang on.
early.
Hang on.
Is it tomorrow?
No,
Tomorrow.
hang on.
yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're allowed a mic? Because you haven't. How many subscribers you got?
I thought you were going to make us sing happy birthday. I thought, oh no, please don't make us sing.
Happy birthday,
I'm allowed a mic because I work for a living, and my husband and my daughter, you know, let me get a mic. That's why. We just calling it my birthday present, right?
We should sing happy birthday.
You know what, you guys? Just come Friday. Come Friday, y'all can sing happy birthday to me Friday. I yeah.
He's hoping we'll forget.
No. No, people will not forget. And I will tell you, I'm gonna be 47. I'm not ashamed of my age. I have my gray hair. I have my gray hair to show my family. Anyway,
She's just
yes,
a baby.
Trish B. Before we go, Trish B. Congratulations on the baby. What a wonderful present for the new year. Absolutely hope you enjoy your grandbaby, and I will see you all next time. Thank you guys for coming up. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I'm always thankful that you guys behave yourselves. I know that some people, have a hard time with that sometimes, but we will catch you next time. Until then,